Malakai Black retires Cody Rhodes. We are live, man. Man, oh man, did he look good tonight? I'm talking about Black. What a debut for the former Aleister Black. But what does this mean for Cody Rhodes? Miro defends the TNT Championship against Lee Johnson, and man, did he look fantastic. And we're going to talk about Ruby Riott. Now Ruby Soho becoming all elite. Where does she show up? How does she fit in? We'll talk about it. Also news on Bray Wyatt, what Cody Rhodes had to say about the release of Wyndham Rotunda. We got 1,300 and still filing in live on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the only show you need on your Wednesday night. This is your AEW Dynamite post show on Off the Script. What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining us right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show right here from the OTS venue. It is 8/4/2021. I'm your host, JD from New York, and this is my partner in crime on Wednesday nights, Jesse. What is going on, man? Listen, bro, you were worried about nothing, man. What did I tell you was going to happen? I'm sure you're very pleased with the ending of Dynamite tonight and Cody Rhodes getting what you said, quote unquote, murdered.
I was worried, but it was not for no reason.
You were worried. What were you worried about? What were you worried about?
I thought Black was gonna suffer the same fate as Anthony Ogogo.
Come on, man. Who's booking this show? Bruce Pritchard? Come on. You don't
Same
have anything.
Person that was booking it when Ogogo lost his debut match, man.
Yeah, nothing to worry about, man. Dynamite tonight. It was heaven versus hell tonight. Cody Rhodes versus Malakai Black. And we got a lot to digest there, as this was Black's AEW in-ring debut. We got a first glimpse at his presentation, how he looks, his new theme music, how he looks in the ring. Did he miss a step? We're going to talk about all that, plus what Cody Rhodes had to say about all this new incoming talent from WWE, all these releases, and what he said about the release of Wyndham Rotunda. We're going to go over what Cody Rhodes said on the press conference, or the conference call that he had before Homecoming tonight. But Jesse, before we get into all that, Dynamite tonight, I'm not really going to zing them on too many negative things. I didn't like the fact that we were back in Daly's place, man, it was not long enough for me to just get it out of my memory. I know it was a huge deal during the pandemic. It was their home, but I thought they went back there a little too soon, and there was energy tonight. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't as much energy as we saw in the previous weeks with Dynamite once they got back on the road. What'd you think of tonight's show? As I thought it was absolutely used as a setup for a huge week next week with Dynamite and then the debut of Rampage on Friday night.
Yeah, it seemed like the venue choice of going back to dailies was just a part of it was planned. It was just, I mean, it could have been for logistical reasons. Maybe they didn't have another venue booked at that time. They had a little bit of a gap, and they said, well, fuck it, we'll go back to Daly's place for a week. It wouldn't be that bad, and it was really not. It's not so bad to come in and do a week in Daly's. Look, if they have to come home and do a show at Daly's, once every couple of months or so, that's no big deal to me. I mean, it gives, more importantly, the way I look at it, it gives the talent a chance to not have to travel for a week. If they're stationed of and around Jacksonville, then they can work for the week and not have to go travel. That alone, they must appreciate as far as the wrestlers go. But as long as they're back on the road for, 90, 95% of the time, I'm okay with going back to dailies once in a while.
Yeah, what was your favorite part of tonight's show outside the main event? I thought Miro looked fantastic against Lee Johnson tonight. I love what they're doing with Miro. He looks as good as I think I've ever seen him in his entire career. And I am very on the fence about this Adam Hangman Page storyline, man. I don't know where they're going with this. It seems like Page is still, even after losing that 5-on-5 eliminator last week, still in the thick of things for the AEW Championship. Could we be looking at a situation where it's still Page versus Omega in some way? Maybe it ends up being a winner-take-all type situation with him and the Dark Order versus Page, or versus Omega, rather, and the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with this. Until they put these guys all in the same ring again tonight, I thought we had our conclusion to it, that we were going to revisit it later, and what they showed us tonight is that they're not done. So I don't know if they plan on mixing Hangman in with one of the potential incoming talents to continue its feud with the Elite. That's very possible as well. But it seems like whatever they're doing, whatever they were doing, like they kind of changed their mind and changed the direction. And now they're going to give us the direction they've decided to go in. So let's see where they go with it. It is kind of confusing, but it's understandable. Like I've been saying for the few weeks, you bring in guys like Black, Bryan, and Punk, they have a domino effect on everything you may have potentially had planned as far as long-term storytelling. So let's see what they changed up and where they go.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to follow how we get into All Out, as we have just about a month to go before we get to Chicago, which I'm very excited about. Jesse, we're going to dive right into it. I'm going to save all the usual stuff for a little bit later down in the show. I want to start off at the top. I know you guys are thirsty to talk about some pro wrestling. I got plenty of news to jump into. Let's start off with the news story that broke today. Ruby Riott planning to head to AEW. She is in the works to possibly be debuting at All Out in Chicago. And I think that's the perfect place to do it. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select is reporting that there are plans in place for Ruby Riott, now known as Ruby Soho, to make her way into the company. Her non-compete clause is set to expire in just a couple of weeks, right before All Out. And one promoter said that they had reached out to Ruby Riott to book her for a show, and they were told that she was not taking any bookings at all. Fightful also says that there are no creative plans that they know of at this time. But we know, because it was announced, and I believe it was announced right around Double or Nothing, that there would be another casino battle royale happening in Chicago at All Out, this time not with the men, but with the women. And Ruby Riott is a perfect placeholder for that Joker number 21 spot. But it's not even that, Jesse, on how to debut her. I mean, you could debut her in any which way, but I think you and I both know that she was one of the most underutilized women on that entire roster. And the fact that she's coming on into AEW where they're still getting their feet wet with how they want to present women's wrestling, and it hasn't been a solid formula yet. The pieces are there, don't get me wrong, but with her coming in, that adds another top-tier face where she could actually be the face of this entire division. And the matches she could have with those women right there with Rosa and Baker and Statlander and Sheeta, I mean, it's going to be a great thing to bring her in, man.
It is. It is. Ruby is one of those. She's one of those talents that you'll bring her in, and then people will say, oh, well, she's not gonna make a difference. Well, she's not gonna move the needle. Okay, fair enough. And then they'll bring in, I mean,
but I don't want to cut you off, Jesse. I mean, isn't that everybody's excuse? Nobody's gonna move, or these people aren't gonna move the needle. They're moving the needle together as a unit. That's the thing.
Right. So, all right. I guess you just made my point for me. Go ahead then.
Okay. That's just two guys who are on the same wavelength, man. Go ahead. I didn't mean to steal your thought right from your head, man.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say. I mean, you bring in enough people, and then when it's all said and done, you have a team and you have a division, and then collectively, yes, they will move the needle. So. Yeah, again, that was the point I was gonna make, though. But yeah,
I mean, it doesn't even stop with the women's division. I mean, people are saying that about Punk and Bryan. Oh, they're not gonna move the needle. They're not gonna move. Clearly, they're moving the fucking needle. They sold out United Center in 5 minutes. So
that's a different. Those guys are idiots, dude. Those guys are moving needles without even showing up yet.
I know. It's a fucking thought or a tease, and these guys are selling out 20,000 seats in the United Center. It's not 20,000. It's more about 14, 15 because of the stage setup and all that. But still, a sellout is a sellout. But yes, I think her coming on into AEW is going to be a great thing. I can't wait to see what they do to continue to build that division. As we saw Red Velvet show back up on television, we see another promo from Jade Cargill. So the women's division, Jesse, there, I mean, like I said, the pieces are there where it could absolutely rival NXT's women's division. And I'm not even so high on their women's division right now after Vince purged it to fill his own failures up on the main roster, pulling 3 or 4 women from NXT. AEW is looking at a solid division if they get the puzzles or the puzzle pieces together.
Yeah, AEW, look, NXT used to have the best women's division around, but like you just said, I have zero faith in anything involving NXT because once they start getting over, Vince is gonna just bury him.
Yeah,
I mean that's not even an exaggeration, bro. That's the legit, ebb and flow. That's how it's gonna go. We're going to fall in love with them. We're going to like them. They're going to get called up, and then they'll lose to fucking Tamina in 30 seconds or something. I mean, so what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the fucking point, man?
And that's why you stopped watching, because you just got sick and tired of investing all of your time and energy into people that you know are great and could be the future. And then, how many more failures do you need to see with your eyes on Monday and Friday night? I mean, enough is enough.
It is. I mean, people, every time something like this happens, they want to, minimize it. But every contract that is expiring and no one's re-signing, WWE is slowly but surely losing professional wrestlers. Yeah. Now, it's not gonna mean that they're not gonna have a roster. They'll have a roster full of people who are either A, complacent, or B, not pro wrestlers, they're more entertainers.
Yeah. Absolutely. So
the pro wrestlers want to go where they can actually wrestle.
And wrestle they will do in AEW, man. They have that's what they're building the foundations around, and that's professional wrestling. But Ruby coming in, we can talk about that all day. She's going to be a great piece. All Out, probably the destination for that. She looks great. She posted a picture of herself on social media, so people are getting excited about her showing up, and I'm happy for her that she's finally going to be given the stage to show everybody what she could do, because she didn't get that in WWE. Jesse, I know you watch Dark regularly, and Tony Khan came out and spoke about an incident that happened on Dark. I know a lot of people were reaching out to me on Twitter wanting my opinion on this. Tony Khan went on Busted Open Radio this morning and condemned Max Caster and the comments that he had on Dark. Tony Khan says he will now be overtaking the editing of the entire show from this point on. On last night's Dark, if you guys do not know or do not watch like me, Max Caster rapped, and he included references to the Duke Lacrosse scandal and Simone Biles. There was also a vulgar line directed at AEW women's wrestler Julia Hart. The show was taken down for a few hours and re-uploaded without the entrances and the rap from Caster. Caster's rap was met with a wave of negative reactions from fans on social media. And Tony Khan said this, Jesse, speaking of Dark and one of those teams that broke through and really came and did a good job on Dark, one of those teams is the Acclaimed. That's Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. And speaking of Dark last night on Dark, Max Caster's rap was terrible, Khan says. I was not out there in the moment when he did it, and it was not during Dynamite. I was out back when Max Caster had his rap, and I had not heard it until last night, truthfully. In the editing process, it should have been caught. We deleted the episode and reposted it with the edited scene, but it shouldn't have aired. And I put such tight controls on Dynamite, and this would never have happened there because Max raps. I always have gone over them with him, and frankly, every segment on Dynamite, I don't script or write wrestlers' promos, but the bullet points I give. So in this case, it shouldn't have happened, and what will happen going forward is I will be overtaking the editing of Dark and Elevation myself. I was already editing Dynamite and Rampage. I do a lot, and now I will also be editing Dark and Elevation, so it's unfortunate that it came to this, end quote. Now, I mean, vulgar is vulgar, okay? But one thing I want to say about Tony Khan before I get into my opinion about Max Caster. Tony Khan, this is what happens when he is a little lackadaisical on certain things. I don't expect him to be everywhere. I don't expect him to be doing everything. This is why he has a group of people underneath him. So if things like this are going to cause a problem and people know it's a situation that could potentially cause a problem, it should always have to go through somebody, a producer, and then get to Tony Khan, and he approves it, reads it over, and approves it. The fact that he's giving a lot of creative freedom is a great thing, but you can't really overstep that boundary. So that's mistake number one. Hopefully he learned his lesson. So good on him for being a boss and killing the situation before it got even worse. Number two, yes, the comments are bad. That's all I will say. The comments are bad, but Max Caster and the gimmick that he has is a heel gimmick. He's trying to get heat. I don't think what he said on Dark was the worst that anybody has ever listened to when it comes to rap music. Shit has been said that is far more vulgar that people listen to every day while taking the train, the bus, on the way to work, on the way home from work. It doesn't matter. What he said was taken and blown out of proportion in my eyes, and he's only doing his job. The problem lies in Tony Khan to really look at this shit so that it doesn't get to television, and maybe he edited it down a little bit where it's not as fucking social media. Oh my God, I have to fucking cancel this guy. You know?
I think this is all overblown, obviously. I mean,
it sucks, man.
I get it. You know, I get it from where Tony Khan is coming from, only because people online were outraged about it. My whole thing is, why are people outraged about it? I mean, if there was anything in Caster and Bowen's promo over the last few weeks, my concern would be how they're talking about Julia Hart and the slut shaming that they're doing to her. Yeah. But it seems that part was okay. But once you just mention Simone Biles, it's not like he said that she's stupid for what she did, or he doesn't like her, or she's dumb. He just mentioned the fact that she had a health issue and a mental issue. He just mentioned it and compared it to something else, and people act like he's out there bashing her and calling her names. That was not the case. Just the mention of her name, and everybody's online trying to cancel Max Caster. It's fucking ridiculous. 2 weeks ago, he went out there and said that Julia Hart likes to run a tag team with the rest of the fucking varsity line.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything.
Nobody said a fucking word about that. Yeah.
Nobody said a fucking word.
You and I did laugh at it because I found it to be fucking hilarious.
It was hilarious, and my assumption is Julia Hart was on board with it.
Yes.
Because he came back, in this week and did it again. In that very same promo where he talked about Duke and Simone Biles, he also said that he made a comment about her. Look, he said her fucking vag stinks. I mean, basically, is what he said. Yeah. Nobody cares. That was okay. But if you mention something that's being talked about amongst the people, in mainstream, then you got to cancel it. You got to cancel them. Well,
That's everybody's go-to.
Well, he said that, you know, somebody would suffer from a mental issue just like Simone Biles. Oh, that's terrible. How could he say that? Well, he called Julia Hart a slut. Yeah, that's all right. But how could he say that, though? You know,
people are fucking ridiculous.
It's fucking stupid, man. It's stupid.
Oh man, people don't have a fucking funny bone anymore, man. I go back and watch when it's on TV and I'm laying on the couch late at night. I'm still laughing my ass off at fucking old school Family Guy, old school Married with Children, man. You want vulgar fucking comedy? I mean, I love Andrew Dice Clay, vulgar comedy. It's fucking hilarious, man. Nobody's going around saying this shit to anybody, in everyday life. It's fucking humor. And like I said before, I mean, I'm sure you've heard worse lyrics in a rap song than what Max Caster said on Dark. I mean, what is the big fucking deal?
You have no idea,
What is the big, cop killing and fucking this and fucking orgies and fucking all this shit? Isn't the SummerSlam theme song from, what's her name? Well, what's her name? Who's doing the SummerSlam theme song?
Oh, what happened to Cardi B being the host?
Isn't Cardi B's theme song for SummerSlam about sucking dick and jumping up and down on dick, but nobody wants to say anything about that?
That's okay.
That's okay, though, right?
That's okay. They scheduled this woman to host fucking SummerSlam. I don't think anybody in WWE took a second to read 2 lines of her lyrics.
No, of course not.
Nope.
And because it's Cardi B and it's a mainstream thing, people accept it. But Max Caster said something vulgar because he's a fucking heel in professional wrestling. Things got to get blown out of fucking proportion.
It's fucking stupid. I'm not even bashing Cardi B and her style of rap. It's not for me. I don't like it. But the fact of the matter is, it's popular, it's selling, and it's ridiculously, extremely. I would never let my daughters listen to it, but it's making money for her, and she's doing well. So God bless her for that. But nobody's trying to cancel that. Or that's just Cardi B. If I had to put Cardi B on a scale of like horrible rap lyrics, she'd be number 100 and something. I mean, it gets much fucking worse. And nobody cares. But the second Max Cap, you know what I would do if I was Tony Khan? I'd put this guy on fucking Dynamite, live mic, and let him go and double down.
Oh man, it's crazy, man. People are out here losing their minds over something. Let's cancel Max Caster. Give me a break. Tony Khan loves him. He ain't going anywhere. Tony Khan's gonna have him on a short leash for now, and that's it. He'll be back doing the same thing, making you laugh and entertaining you, and getting his act over in front of a live audience sooner rather than later. So don't worry about it.
Yeah,
fucking ridiculous, man. Move on and go find a hobby, please. I don't want
something.
Seriously,
this is fucking stupid, man.
Anyway, moving on to something a little bit more important here than cancel culture. Cody Rhodes, he spoke about Wyndham Rotunda and his release, possibly joining AEW. So fans, Jesse, obviously, naturally are going crazy over not only Bray being released, but him following Tony Khan on Instagram. This sent fans into a whirlwind of possibilities. Fans are assuming that Wyndham will go to AEW. I know the Dark Order's been thrown around for something for him to do to come on in to the company and lead and just memorialize and honor Brody Lee. But with Wyndham released, Cody Rhodes said this, and I quote, on Tuesday, "I can't comment if I see a spot for him with us." And he continued to say, "Wyndham is an incredibly creative individual, an incredibly creative man. Also, whenever I see someone like this lose their job or move into the next phase of their career, that they will eventually land on their feet. The general idea is that Wyndham Rotunda will go and do great things no matter where he goes." So Cody said this on Tuesday in regards to him. Sounds like the words of a guy who wants to do business with Wyndham, but he's not going to tell you because that's just too easy.
I mean, what do they expect, man?
Where's he going?
Where's he going to... Look, all these people who say that AEW is picking up WWE's used trash, I wonder this. I wonder, are any of these people, have they ever gone out and bought a used vehicle? Because if they did, they're buying someone else's trash. I mean, I don't understand this fucking concept. I don't get it at all. I mean, what would you do? Let Bray Wyatt, let Aleister Black, let Daniel Bryan, let those guys sit and go somewhere else in the indies and not sign them just because they came from WWE. I'm glad these people are not running wrestling for us.
I know. I hate the argument. Well, AEW's picking up all of WWE's scraps. Asshole, listen. You said the same thing about Bryan. You said the same thing about Andrade. You said the same thing about Miro. You said the same thing about Black. Now you're saying the same thing about Bray Wyatt. Do you want Bray Wyatt on television or not? Yes or no? Do you want Bray Wyatt with the second biggest promotion in the world right now outside of WWE? Yes or no? Where is he going? Where would you like to see him succeed? That's what I want to know. Why wouldn't you go and get these people on television and offer them contracts knowing that they're main event players? And Cody Rhodes even said, Jesse, that if there are people out there that we think are people that can move the needle, we're going to go and do business with them. That's the right mentality. That's what he said in the same conference call.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have to pick up everybody. They don't want to pick up everybody. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you right now, I'm kind of shocked they picked up, what are they going by now, 2.0?
Yeah, I was shocked at that too. Yeah, Everrise.
They're fucking trash, man.
Yeah, I know.
They're
comedy.
They're built for dark. I mean, at the very most. I don't know if they're signed to a deal or not, but the thing is, they're already overly stacked in the tag division. They don't need these guys. These guys mean nothing, and they will probably get a better spot like someone in the indies, and they can pop in on dark from time to time and do a spot. That's cool. But I don't know if they did, but I hope he didn't sign these guys. They're not worth it.
No, I think it's a per appearance basis for those guys. I think it was more about Daniel Garcia, who they were pretty much wanting to get over there. They may have all worked together at some point in their careers, but we'll talk about them in a second. But as far as scraps, Jesse, if AEW brings in Braun Strowman, that's a situation where I think it's AEW picking up WWE scraps, because that's not something that is really about AEW.
I would call that scraps and not being, and this is why, because it feels like WWE used Braun to his best potential.
Yeah.
And that's just it. I mean, not to say that he was fantastic when he was there, but they used him to the best of his potential, and we saw what that was. And we know he's not an in-ring wrestler. He's a gimmick. He's definitely an attraction for his size alone, and he can move for his size. And outside of that, he's not going to serve you anymore. So I'm hearing he's going to go back to WWE. That's where he needs to be, and that's where he belongs. He can go back and take take a slash of a contract, and I think he'll be happier there. I don't think there's a spot for him in AEW.
But Bray was fired for budget reasons. But you want to bring back Braun Strowman?
Braun fucking Strowman, right?
You want to bring back Braun Strowman?
Dude, anything. I mean, if they fired Bray for budget reasons, this guy was making his self worth every penny from merchandise alone. Yeah. Alone. They're putting this guy on the cover of pay-per-view, gimmick pay-per-views, and selling his merch and doing all this shit. Bray Wyatt was making money. See, you drop people for budget reasons when you're paying them more than what you're getting back. That's a business move, and I get that. But Bray Wyatt is earning his keep. So that excuse does not float.
No, he was, we all know why he was fired. It wasn't for fucking budget cuts.
No.
It was fired because that man, I got something flying around me. What the fuck is flying around me, you motherfucker? Jesus Christ. I don't know where these fucking bugs come from. Flying right in front of my fucking camera. Anyway.
That's Issa's job. Should I put her on bug control?
Yeah, maybe. I got, we got fucking flies around the bar over here. Fucking people, man. What's going on? Say, I told you, man, I can't leave you in charge of anything. Anyway,
not my fault.
Anyway, with the budget cuts, we know why he was fired. It was because of creative control, and he was so protective of that character. And Vince didn't want to hear anything of it. He gave it to Vince. Vince took control of it. Vince owned it at that point, and he got out of Bray Wyatt what he thought he could get out of him, and he didn't think there was anything left. So goodbye. But like you said to me, perfectly said. If there's one thing we know about Wyndham, he's going to come back stronger than ever. And you know what? He's going to be the number one merchandise seller for Pro Wrestling Tees in about 120 days or so whenever he shows up.
Dude, that guy, when he gets set up, dude, I that's a good point. I entirely expect him to go and sell just as much merch as Punk on Pro Wrestling Tees. I mean, that's just what he does. I mean, he's likable. Everybody likes him. His gimmicks, he can go in the ring. There is nothing negative about Wyndham Rotunda. None.
No.
You pick him up and you benefit, period.
Well, speaking of benefit, AEW is looking to make Rampage stand out, Jesse, which is definitely a good thing. So they are benefiting Rampage from an old school look that I think is going to go over very well in the current day with the current product. Cody Rhodes talked about this on the conference call he held before Homecoming tonight. And he said about Rampage, he said he's going to provide a little bit of a spoiler. Right now, it appears that AEW is going to bring back a favorite design with the Rampage show. And he said that the current plans call for Rampage to feature a ring with a logo in the middle of the canvas. He did not confirm which logo will be in the middle of the ring, but this is a look that many fans have asked for in the past. Rampage will be a separate show from Dynamite. It will be their SmackDown per se, if I was to compare it to anything. But Jesse, you know, it's the little things that matter to me most, those little aesthetics. I love the logo in the middle of the ring. I know WCW had that back in the day. I always loved it. And AEW seems to be adopting that same look. I think it's going to really set Rampage apart aesthetically, at least until we see the stage for now. And I think this is a great move.
Yeah, let me be honest. I don't care.
I know you don't care. It's in the
I don't care about the logo in the middle of the ring. That's not going to change shit. I mean, they're doing everything right. So as long as they continue doing what they're doing as far as creative goes, they can put 14 logos in their ring. I really don't care. I thought they were talking about bringing a fist to the stage or something.
Well, we don't know what they're going to do next Friday. It's going to be a big night next Friday. But speaking of changes, Jesse, did you see what they did after Cash's injury? They put the rubber over the metal bars. You called it last week.
Yeah. I knew it. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. I mean, if it happened once, it can happen again.
And did you see that slow motion replay? They fucking froze framed that shit, man. That hook was sticking in his arm, man. Can you imagine when he pulled off the skin of the chunk of skin? Oh my god, I fucking shriveled up watching that shit on my couch tonight. Awful.
It could have been prevented, and it will be prevented next time.
Yes, it will. So they added those rubber things right in between the turnbuckle pad and the steel post. So good on Tony Khan for acknowledging that little situation, and we won't see that happening again in the future. But that's all the news we got, guys. For now, we're going to go into the review. I got some news on Adam Hangman Page as well, so we'll get into that in just a little bit. But thank you guys for joining me here on Off the Script. Jesse and I are here every Wednesday. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. We got almost 700 likes, 648 to be exact. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, and let's try for 1,000 in the live stream chat, guys. Every little bit helps. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show, listen to some tunes, drink some cold beverages like we usually do. It's always a good time. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. That's on Twitter and Instagram. If you guys want to follow Jesse, you see his @ on the screen right there as well. Make sure you guys go and check out all the other videos that I've uploaded on the channel. Monday Night Raw, there was no NXT last night because NXT was fucking boring. And I streamed Call of Duty instead on my second channel. But I did give you guys a 45-minute extra today talking about the Ric Flair situation and talking about the Adam Cole contract situation. Really, really, really good discussions. Go and check that out. It's on the homepage right now, and it's blowing up. So thank you guys for all the support there. Tonight's show is sponsored by my great friends over at Homage, HOMAGE.com. Link is down in the description below. If you guys are fans of retro and vintage t-shirts, you guys can save 20% by using code SCRIPT at checkout. So go get your stuff today, and they got a ton of wrestling stuff on there, man. So give them a look and use the link I provided down in the description below. Patreon.com/JD from NY206 if you guys want to support the show. And Summer Scam t-shirts are now on sale. Bonfire.com. You guys can get the exclusive t-shirt right there on Bonfire. It is still available. Thank you to everybody that's ordered your Summer Scam t-shirts. You should be getting them before the actual event. And I got some t-shirt news that I'm ready to unleash to you guys, man. This may be one of the best looking shirts that I've ever came up with. And that is in production right now. They're drawing out the t-shirt as we speak. It should be a massive seller. And if you guys love video games, it's a take on one of my favorite video games of all time. And it is very WWE themed. And you'll know it when you see it. So I can't wait to show you guys. That should be hopefully within the next couple of weeks. Jesse, let's get into the show. Starting at the top, Chris Jericho, Juventud Guerrera. This is the Labors of Jericho, number 3. The third week of this, MJF, Jesse, I could listen to him every week on commentary. I tweeted it out. I'm like, if there's one thing I want from this Labors of Jericho, it's not even a match with Jericho and MJF. I just want to hear him on commentary. He is fucking fantastic.
He is. And I like that they use him sparingly on commentary. I don't want them to overexpose MJF.
No.
And putting him on commentary full time just might overexpose his gimmick. But I think they're using him perfectly right now. I mean, because when he comes out there, man, it is just so entertaining. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, he is something else on commentary. He does not miss a beat, man. You know, a lot of people said Corey Graves was someone that reminded everybody of Bobby the Brain Heenan. I mean, MJF is someone that reminds me of Heenan. He is so quick with the insults, and he's going back and forth with Shivani the way Gorilla Monsoon was going back with Bobby Heenan. I mean, it's just fucking great shit. I don't know what to say. He knows he's great. I mean,
he knows it. It's so good.
He didn't hear anything new from me.
He posted earlier in the week that he was pissed that the fucking indie promotions are coming back. I mean,
yeah, I know. I saw that.
What an asshole! He's so good, dude.
Well, I mean, he's done good in choosing opponents for Chris Jericho too. Juventud Guerrera, 46 years old. The last time I saw Hoovy in person was at a House of Glory show. I did commentary, and I called one of his matches against one of our guys, Montequilla. It was a great back and forth between those two, and Hoovy looked like he didn't miss a step. But tonight, Jesse, with the match against Jericho, it got off on the wrong foot, and I don't know if it was a nerves thing as far as Hoovy goes. I don't know if Jericho was just in one of those modes where he had an off night. I don't know if it was just miscommunication between the two, and both of them are to blame. I don't know what it was, but the match got started off on the wrong foot, no question.
Yeah, I haven't followed Hoovy in a while. I mean, all I know is that he is, obviously well past his prime, and he was put in the big spot. Look, he didn't shit the place.
No.
It's just not. It just wasn't as. It wasn't just the way I remembered him. I mean, and why should it be? The guy's 46 years old right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, which is fine. He came in for a one-off, served his purpose. He did fine. I'm not going to sit and critique the guy for coming in for a one-spot shot. That's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that either here. But, they did get off on the wrong foot. They righted the ship up until the end. There was a botch here and a botch there. But the ending was fantastic. And the post-match was even better. So that's what the most important situation is here. What is going to happen as Jericho plows through these labors of Jericho? So the rules of this match, guys, are if Jericho is to win, he can't win by pinfall. He needs to win this match by hitting a move off the top rope. So this is their first match against each other since 1999. So there were moments in this match where he looked good, Hoovy. There were moments in this match where there was just miscommunication and some sloppiness, but we're not really going to focus on that. Hoovy went right after Jericho, chopping him in the corner. Diving Hurricanrana didn't look nice. Diving looked like a leg drop of sorts off the top rope. I don't know if that was supposed to happen or if he was supposed to head scissor him off the top or just fly onto him. I don't know. It looked a little off, in my honest opinion. Jericho was sent to the floor, and Hoovy took him out with another dive. So Jericho tackled Hoovy to the floor, and he was going at him with some chops. They were back in the ring. Jericho landed a diving crossbody for 2. He can only go for covers off of top rope maneuvers. Hoovy came back. He was kicking him. He was thrusting him, chops. Jericho took him down with a cross, I think it was a crossbody block or a big chop. I don't remember what it was. Hoovy hit a thrust kick for 2, and then he hit a buzzsaw kick for another 2 count. So Hoovy can make pins at any time. It's Jericho that has to move off the top rope. So Hoovy went for an attack in the corner. Jericho popped up with a shoulder tackle. There was some miscommunication again, and then Jericho landed a diving double axe handle smash for 2. Jericho hit a nice backbreaker, and the official wouldn't count because it wasn't off the top rope. So Aubrey said, no, you got to go up top. So she did her job, and MJF was kind of going in on her for not doing her job. And then finally, he says, Aubrey did a good thing. She finally did her job correctly. So Jericho was up top, caught the top rope Hurricanrana, and this was another sloppy part of the match. Don't know what happened there, but Jericho saved it nicely. He took Hoovy off the top rope and put the Lion Tamer on him, or the Walls of Jericho, I should say, which counts because it was technically off the top rope. So if Juvi submitted here, it would be a win for Jericho. So Juvi reached the ropes, spinning neck breaker, thrust kick from Juvi, and there was a powerbomb attempt into a DDT. It looked like that was a little sloppy as well. I don't know if there was miscommunication there, but Jericho landed straight right on the top of his head. He then hit the Juvi driver for a near fall. Jericho hit the Judas effect, couldn't go for the cover, so he decides, let me go up top. He climbs the top rope. He landed a top rope diving Judas effect for the win, and Jericho gets the 1, 2, 3. After the match, Wardlow attacked Jericho and hit the F10 on Juvi, and then he hit the casualty of war on Chris Jericho. As MJF Jesse says, the Labors of Jericho number 4 will be against Wardlow. MJF will be the special guest referee in Pittsburgh next week on Dynamite, and Wardlow is a Pittsburgh guy. So what do you think of this? What do you think of Wardlow being number 4? How do you see this playing out?
I mean, obviously we know who's going to win. I'm thinking about this Labor of Jericho thing, and obviously, MJF does not want Jericho to win, right?
Yes.
Well, he's calling the shots. He can book any match that he wants, and he picks Juventud Guerrera.
He picks Juventud Guerrera, yes.
I put him in the handicap match. I would put him in a match against the Bucks, make him face all of the Elite or something shit like that. I mean, why are we, put him against FTR in a handicap match? Why are we just put
him against Sammy Guevara? Have him beat his best friend.
Something, and so I was cool with the Juvi thing, and I thought number 4 was gonna be something just off the fucking charts. He has to beat Wardlow.
He's got to beat Wardlow in Pittsburgh, his hometown. So we got the hometown advantage, man. This ain't WWE, where Tony Khan books somebody to intentionally lose.
Guess what's going to happen next week?
I know what's going to happen next week. I'm saying Tony Khan usually doesn't do that. He gives the hometown guys the homecoming moment, usually. But with this, it's clearly a 2-on-1. Wardlow's in the ring. He's Jericho's opponent. MJF is going to do whatever he can to stop Jericho because he doesn't want to wrestle Jericho. Who backs up Chris Jericho?
Can someone back up Chris Jericho?
Somebody is going to back up Chris Jericho. Because already, listen, the Inner Circle can't interfere in any of these matches, man. He's all by himself. Who's going to back up Chris Jericho in a 2-on-1?
So that was the rule. The Inner Circle can't interfere.
The Inner Circle can't come out, or he doesn't get the match, yes.
Yeah, he didn't say no one. He just said Inner Circle. Okay.
Inner Circle, yes.
Well, I mean, we're primed and set for, all kinds of debuts. So, who knows? Forbidden Door, release talent, and all this other shit. Who knows, man? I mean, but I just know Jericho's gonna win. And if he doesn't win, they gotta somehow roundabout get to Jericho and MJF another way. So I got Jericho winning.
What about somebody who was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania? What about somebody who is an Olympic gold medalist?
They could bring in Kurt. I mean, that would pop everybody. Yeah, sure. They gotta do something, because if Wardlow and MJF together can't beat Jericho, that's not gonna look good on them.
I see Kurt Angle coming in and giving Angle slams to everybody.
He'll do that. What did I hear him say? He said that he was offered to do something in the ring at AEW and he declined.
That's pretty much Kurt Angle saying, they offered me a position and I took it, but I can't tell you.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So, I mean, if Kurt Angle comes in, it's a one-night deal. He's not with AEW. So, yeah. I think this is a hometown thing. Pay him, have him give a great moment on TNT, get Jericho and MJF booked that all out. We'll get another match booked for the show. I think it works out beautifully, and the crowd pops big because that place is going to fucking erupt when Kurt Angle's music hits.
Yeah. Well, shit. We don't have Kurt Angle music.
Well, I mean, whatever. When Kurt Angle comes out, I'm sure AEW will do him justice.
Yeah. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. And that would get MJF and Wardlow off the hook for not being able to beat Jericho. Yeah. So I'll take that. That'd be a pretty good pop. That'd be cool.
I was hoping for Fandango, bro. I was hoping for Johnny Curtis for number 4. I don't know why. I may be the only one on that island.
That wouldn't. I'm still in the boat of you get to choose his path, and so far, I mean, he's kind of just making it easy for him. I mean, the best you could throw at him was Juventud.
People in the chat are saying Wardlow is from Cleveland, but he broke out in the business in Pittsburgh. That's what I'm talking about.
Who
gives a shit where he's from? Just listen to me.
Also, by the way, guy, Bo Dallas was not the first NXT champion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that? Now that I recall, I did say that.
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
I'm sitting there just looking at my fucking screen like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins. Okay, I get it. I fucked up, all right?
That'd be cool. Lay it on thick. Before you bring Jericho versus the entire Pinnacle. Everybody. Make it look like you really don't want this guy to win. You put him in a one-on-one match, and then you give him Juventud. And who did he get before all of this shit? The first few labors.
It was Sean Spears. Spears, Gage. Hoovy.
Gage. I would take everybody he had to face in the first 3 or 4 labors and put them all in one match.
And I was actually thinking that too, like a gauntlet.
Yeah. Yep.
And he's got to wrestle all those matches all over again with the same rules in a gauntlet match.
Yeah. Something just it so that it looks like it's fucking undoable. I mean, there's no way in holy hell. You know, but I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to split hairs here, but I mean, yeah, you really don't want to face this guy, so you put an obstacle in front of him in the form of a 46-year-old Juventud. What are you thinking?
By the way, I want to correct myself again. The first NXT champion was Becky Lynch's wife.
Yes.
Answer. Yes.
It was Seth Lynch. That's right.
Yeah, it's Seth Lynch, yeah. Because he's not the man. He's not the man in that relationship.
Yeah. Oh, let's be PC. It's Kobe Quinn. Okay. And I swear that's what I'm calling him from now on. Kobe Quinn.
You guys are fucking crazy, man. Someone in the chat's calling for La Parka to be the next labor at this rate. Give me a break.
Pretty much, dude. I mean, what?
Listen, this is the last labor. I seen some people, complaining. Oh, this guy or that guy's gonna be labor number 5. MJF is labor number 5.
MJF is 5.
Yeah, that's it. It's over.
Yeah, you pick Juventud. I mean, there's no way in hell anybody on the planet would have guessed that he would have picked Juventud Guerrera to go against Jericho to avoid having to face him himself. You want to face me? Let's see you get past Juventud.
This is Jericho, man. This is all Jericho's idea. This was probably all him. You probably asked for this shit.
But I mean, whoever booked it, it was just.
Hey, Tony, can I get Hoovy, please? Yeah, where's the check?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, they didn't fucking think that one all the way through.
Listen, it was all right. It was serviceable tonight. We got through, and we got labor number 4 coming up. That's all that matters. MJF and Jericho.
I won't piss on the Nick Gage. That was a great fucking idea. That's saying you don't want to fucking face this guy.
Yeah.
And then, well, even with Sean Spears, they said that Spears can use a chair, but Jericho can't. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of burying Spears, but he's at that point, level of the roster. He can be buried like that. That's what he's here for. That's fine. But Hoovy? Give me a fucking break, man.
Well, listen, man, give me a break. With Everrise, I did not expect them to show up in AEW. When I seen the graphic on Twitter on Tuesday night, people were watching Dark. I'm like, what is going on? Why are these guys here? Like, I already had them pegged for these guys would be great in Impact. Go to Impact. They got a nice little tag team division over there. Do what you got to do. They fit in with the vibe that they got going on in Impact. But AEW, we got Everrise now named or renamed 2.0, whatever the fuck that means. Matt Lee and Jeff Parker with Daniel Garcia, who a lot of the people, a lot of the members of the IWC, the check marks, were raving about. I didn't really see much of anything that they were raving about, but they really called out Jon Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and Darby Allin, and this is the way that they wanted to make their introduction to Dynamite. But I will say this, Jesse, even though I'm not a fan of Everrise, I think they're more comedy than anything, and Daniel Garcia, I'm not really all that excited about what I saw from him, but everybody seems to love him. this was a damn good fucking fun 6-man tag that really gets you excited about the possibility and when those trios championships are going to be introduced. This was fun.
Yeah. I mean, the match was cool. I mean, for me, the overall flow of Dynamite tonight, like the overall show itself, wasn't all that spectacular or great. So when I think about that, I think back to the matches they had, and now I'm thinking they could have got a better use out of John fucking Moxley and Eddie Kingston, than Ever Rise 2.0.
Yeah. I mean,
those guys should be on Dark, dude.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Ever Rise was on NXT, more than 30 days ago, a month and a half ago. They're carrying around fucking Ever Rise live signs, and they're drinking out of their coffee mugs, and they got motorcycle helmets hiding in bushes and doing all this other comedy shit on NXT. And their first appearance on AEW television, their first company is with AEW, in a match that includes Jon Moxley, Darby Allin, Eddie Kingston, and Sting. I mean, these are some of the most popular names in the entire company. One's a legend.
How did they get this spot?
I don't know. This is what I was thinking about. Like, how are these guys in this spot after what I just watched a month and a half ago on USA Network?
Yeah. Again, I don't know if they signed them or not. I hope not. It's not to say that I hate them. I just don't think they're ready to, for national. So they're not ready for Dark. No,
well, I don't think they're ready. I don't think they're ready for AEW. Period.
I'm sorry, they're not ready for Dynamite. They should be on Dark.
Yeah. I mean, you're calling for the eventual Ever Rise versus Young Bucks match.
Yeah, I would like to see that, but probably pretty much on Dark.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were going to make it to Dynamite for one good blow-off, I would like to see it on Dynamite, fine, but everything else that they do should have been on Dark.
Guys, listen, it's Ever Rise, and they should have renamed themselves Never Rise. And then
went back to the original indie name. I think that's what they were before.
Then I could come out, if their name was Ever Rise, I could come out and be their coach or their mentor. Here's some Blue Chew, guys. Code JD at checkout.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Be the whole Blue Chew gimmick. Anyway, this was fun. I enjoyed this. I'm excited for the Trios Championships. Eventually, maybe this year, maybe early next year, who knows. But there was a nice little chop battle here between Matt Lee, and Eddie Kingston. And Eddie was very happy because Excalibur played up that these guys know each other very well from the indies. And Kingston beat down Lee in the corner. And we got a cheap shot from Parker, allowed Lee to chop block Kingston. And Kingston was obviously on the defensive. He made the hot tag to Moxley. Moxley went crazy. Moxley had enough of this, and he took Garcia out with a massive paradigm shift, sold the hell out of it, and then Darby Allin goes up to the top rope and uses the coffin drop for the win. There was a moment in this match, too, where Matt Lee, the larger one of the two, the more chunkier one of the two, I should say, if you guys don't know who they are, he was outside with Sting, and he yelled, Jesse, "Are you the real Sting?" And then he got blasted for it. I mean, this is the type of fine. It's an enhancement match. It gets all three of these guys on TV, but I'm like, this is, put this shit on fucking YouTube, really, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I don't know how they got this fucking spot, man. I have no idea. It must have been the Bucks. The Bucks must really love these guys.
That or tag team wrestling. Oh, look, another tag team. Let's bring them on in.
Bring them on in. You don't need any more tag teams. Now, look, I'm not saying don't ever sign any more tag teams, but you definitely don't need these guys.
No.
Now, if the fucking Usos get dropped, you drop everything and pick them up.
The Usos. If they can't get fired over multiple DUIs, what makes you think that they're going to get released from the company for budget cut reasons? It's unreal. Anyway, I love the Usos, man. They're the best tag team in WWE, but, a drunk is a drunk.
They are legit.
What do you want me to say?
Yeah. They're probably legitimately my favorite tag team in all of pro wrestling.
Someone asked me on the not the YouTube Spaces, the Twitter Spaces, what dream matches from WWE and AEW would you see if there was ever a mega show between the two? Bucks versus the Usos. There you go. Or Bucks versus New Day.
Easily. Triple threat. Triple threat tag match right there.
Yeah. There you go. Brian Cage, Jesse, Team Taz, they cut a dueling promo video and Ricky Starks was talking about the FTW championship and what it means to him and how Brian Cage is a loser and how he didn't really amount to anything being in Team Taz. But again, this did nothing to really get me excited. Taz said Cage will find out it's better to be with them than against him type of deal. But I mentioned on the Twitter Spaces, Jesse, Ricky Starks, he's got all this potential. He's just gleaming with potential. The FTW championship is nothing more than a little pit stop on the road to this guy becoming a breakout singles guy and going on to superstardom. I am against Ric Flair coming in to AEW, but if Tony Khan is the mark that we all know he is for professional wrestling, I expect Ric Flair to end up at AEW at some point doing something. He's not going to wrestle. I'm sure he's going to be there just like Sting is mentoring Darby. Maybe Ric Flair comes in mentoring somebody else. What do you think about Ric Flair coming in to be a mentor to Ricky Starks?
I don't like it.
Why?
Because I don't want anyone taking the microphone away from Ricky Starks.
He doesn't have to. See, he doesn't have to take the microphone away from me. Just put him in the corner.
Then what the fuck is he doing? Ric Flair is
He's
not
being
like
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair's not like Sting. Sting can sit there and be Sting without saying a fucking word. I mean, because he's just his whole gimmick is intimidation.
Woo!
Ric Flair needs to fucking talk shit. That's what he needs to. That's what he does.
My daughter is an android.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna look, I was texting you earlier. I think we forgot about how much Cody is as a mark for his dad and the history of this business. Okay, I cannot think of a greater foe Dusty Rhodes has ever had than anyone other than Ric fucking Flair.
So you think it's a foregone conclusion that this guy's going to end up in All Elite Wrestling?
Oregon, done. He'll be here. I don't know what kind of capacity they're going to use him in. I'm not going to bitch about it because, so far so good. They've been using all of their fucking legends to pretty much perfection. So
maybe Ric Flair joins the Pinnacle.
Could be, it may, or I mean, the Inner Circle. Don't they have Tully in the Pinnacle?
They do, yes.
Put Ric Flair in the Inner Circle.
How would that work out?
Figure it out. That's why you get creative. Obviously, he's not going to be in a ring. I mean, you want to put him on TV in some capacity. You really do, because you want that face out there. You want them woos out there. You don't need him out there every week. He needs to be mentoring someone who needs it. I mean, people like fucking Wardlow and these guys can use a mentor like Ric Flair. They really could. Because they're not really getting it on themselves as far as the microphone goes. So if you're going to put him with somebody who needs a mouthpiece. And Wardlow might be a pretty goddamn good pick for that.
I could see it. I could see whoever Ric Flair ends up with. I could see Sting being in the ring feuding with Ric Flair as he mentors Darby. Maybe we get a Wardlow versus Darby match and Ric Flair's in the corner just looking at Sting and they have a face-off and they have a chop-off or something. Yes. I mean, that's something I could see Tony Khan putting on television.
If you want to bring Rick in as a baby face, and because Wardlow's a heel, so you want to bring Rick in as a baby face, I'll put him with Brian Cage. Get the microphone away from that guy.
You could put Ric Flair with Andrade El Idolo.
Nope, bilingual. And you see,
Andrade is dating my android daughter.
Yeah. You see, we get a new stable forming right before our eyes.
We do? With who? Andrade. Oh, the Mexican Mafia, yes.
Yep.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. We're getting it.
It's going to happen. Anyway, we got this 6-man tag was very fun, and I don't know what Moxley does at All Out, so hopefully they figure that out in the next couple of weeks. I don't even know what Darby's doing. What is Darby doing at All Out?
Darby will be a Punk.
Darby's going. Yes, that's right. Never mind.
Darby will be a Punk.
How could I forget after Darby said, "Oh, don't worry, that comment wasn't for Punk. I'm talking about Sammy Guevara."
Yeah, apparently we're getting Darby and Sammy Guevara. Remember?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, because that's going to sell out fucking All Out, right?
Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to get the build for Punk and Darby at Rampage, and they're going to build for All Out. So, Moxley has Tanahashi coming, doesn't it? And Lance Archer, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. All Out's going to be fucking stacked, man.
I hope so. They got 4 weeks to get their shit together.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Elite Omega, Michael Nakazawa, Brandon Cutler, the Bucks, Carl Anderson, and Doc Gallows, they were all playing basketball and celebrating in the back. Gallows told the Dark Order that they can have an Impact tag team title match next week on Dynamite. It's great to see belts kind of floating around, just doing whatever they can with these belts. It's a great thing to see. And Matt Jackson said there's nobody left in their tag team division, and they are collectively the greatest group of world champions left in the business, ready to have their jerseys retired and hung up. Omega said while he was wearing a Cookie Monster t-shirt and jorts, he gloated that Hangman Page blew it last week. He says he's all alone. Cutler then snipped the basketball net from the hoop to celebrate how legendary these guys are. Tony Schiavone came back from this promo package and said, and I quote, "There's just so much to unpack here." End quote. Now, I get they're going for obnoxious, but there's some truth to what's going on here, Jesse. What happens to the Dark Order? Are they going to get an Impact Tag Team title shot? They're not beating the Good Brothers. What does Paige do? Who's really left for the Young Bucks at All Out 4 weeks to go? I mean, Tony Schiavone wasn't kidding. There's a lot to unpack here, man. I got more questions regarding these guys than I have answers, and it's getting more and more and more every single week.
Did you catch the Punk reference here?
I did catch the Cookie Monster.
There you go, man.
CM.
One of the rumored meanings of CM. You know, every week so far since the rumors have been coming out, they've been dropping Easter eggs for CM Punk.
The Cookie Monster, man.
Yeah. Yeah, every fucking week, man. Every week.
I can't wait to see what next week unfolds.
It's something. They're fucking slick, man. I love it. They dropping little Easter eggs all along the way. So there's the Cookie Monster reference, and then the Darby last week was just more about CM Punk than it was a lot about people in the ring and on the show.
I mean, they were legitimately right under the fucking list of you know what? Yeah, he's coming. But they didn't really say he was coming. It's pretty much that, right? Like, all I would have to say, yeah, Punk's coming in. Or they have to say, Punk's coming in. They were right underneath that without even mentioning his name.
There you go. Cookie Monster. We're going to have country music Punk soon, man. I mean, they're all coming.
What CM references we're going to see on Dynamite next week? That's the fucking reason why I'm watching this show. What are we doing here with the Dark Order? What are we doing here with Paige? Like I mentioned to you before, it looks like they don't want to give you a big money match because it looks like Punk is coming in and he's going to be the center of attraction of All Out Weekend and at that show. Do we get a winner-take-all type battle here with the Elite and the Dark Order with Paige? And maybe that is the situation where Paige is convinced one more time, listen, we got your back. Because Paige, you know, even though the Dark Order kind of fell around him, he was still the one in the end hanging. Can't really blame the Dark Order for that. Not completely. I mean, it was a collective effort there as far as whose fault it is, but if they really play it up and want Paige to not really get the championship yet, that one-on-one match, have him completely break away from the Dark Order, I think that would be a great story to tell it All Out.
They got something going on here with the Dark Order, and I fucking love it because they kind of just fell into it. People thought, well, now, you know, since Brody passed, they're just going to fall into obscurity. But I've said it like many times, I'll say it again. Everybody can't be on top all at once. Everybody has to wait their fucking turn. You know, there's a time and a place for everything, and Dark Order is now coming back to the forefront. They're poised to do a couple of different things here. They can get back into this mix with the Elite, with Paige and everything else. Dark Order is also, I mean, this might be a long shot, but they're also in a position to turn heel on Hangman.
Yeah,
you know, at the fucking same time. I mean, I would call it a long shot. I don't mean because they're really over as baby faces, but at the same time, you know, that's usually what makes the best heels too. So I mean, they could easily do that as well, and that'll give Hangman something to do while they, you know, have him stay busy while they go back into the championship stuff with whatever plans that they have, because he can feud with the Dark Order for fucking weeks upon weeks. You know, if they turn on him or, you know, something like that. So if I had to pick, if one of them turning, they're not going to turn Hangman. He's going to be the future babyface champion. So, and I can see Dark Order turning heel on him. I mean, it keeps them relevant and very, very interesting too.
It's not going to be a situation where Hangman joins the Elite again. and just kind of is down on his luck, and he's like, you know what? If I can't beat him, join him type of thing.
Nah, I couldn't see that. Even if he does, I mean, it would be like it would feel like Daniel Bryan joining the Wyatt family, like he's doing it, but he doesn't like it.
Yes, you know? maybe that's where they go with it. Who knows?
Could be. It could be.
I like that idea of the Dark Order turning heel. I think that would be a nice little presentation change as far as they go. I mean, I feel like they need it, and especially with all this talk about Wyatt potentially coming in. I said it, and I think everybody really agrees. If Wyatt does come in, I don't want him to be only the Dark Order. I mean, it would be a great introductory to him to really pay homage to Brody Lee. But if Wyatt or Wyndham comes in and leads the Dark Order, they're eventually going to have to be heel, and they're going to have to be dark, and which right now they're not.
Yeah, and I can see them. They turn on Hangman, and Evil Uno can lead them in heel promos for quite a few weeks, and then tease another, like he did with Brody, another. Not the same name, but another Exalted, with another leader coming in. And yeah, they could start prepping the road and getting ready for Wyatt coming in and being a new mentor, a new leader, a new something of the Dark Order to help keep them relevant, and then also push the heel side of it. So, I like that idea.
Yeah,
everybody really is thinking, oh, Wyatt and Dark Order, and it kind of makes it a little bit predictable, but it also makes sense. This is one of those times where predictable makes sense.
Yeah,
it fits. It entirely fits. Like, yeah, you can't bring them in and say, okay, top of the card for you. You know, you're up here with Punk, you're up here with Brian, you're up here with Kenny. And like, everybody can't be in the top, man. And if you get something really fucking interesting and really catchy, instead of putting Wyatt at top, he can bring the Dark Order with him to the top. So I like that idea better.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot. And I feel like the Dark Order, you know, without anybody like a Wyatt to really fill that void. You're not going to replace Brody Lee at all, man. You know, with what he brought to the table there and the whole image of that group, it's never been seen since he left us. And I feel like if they ever want to get back to that, because they were on the up, they were as relevant as anybody in the company with him leading them like that. They were a big talked about faction. I feel like if they ever want to get back to being at that same plateau, that Wyndham is going to need to be there. And if they want that to happen for them, it needs to be a situation where he's their leader. I don't know what Tony Khan wants to do with them, if he wants them at that spot. But, I mean, like you said, predictable is not a bad thing. There's bad predictable and good predictable. This is a good predictable. Yeah.
And has anyone thought about this? If they bring in Rotunda, do they bring back Eric Redbeard?
Do they? Maybe they bring in Bo Dallas.
Oh man,
maybe, I don't know. Maybe we get a whole new Dark Order completely and cut some of the fat, because I could see Vance. I could see him going on to being a solo act. He's getting a lot better. You know, Colt Cabana really never fit the Dark Order from day one. And Alex Reynolds and Johnny Silver, you know, I could see them just breaking out on their own, being a legit tag team, babyface tag team. This is a nice starting point for them, but I don't see them in the Dark Order completely. If again, this is excellent. If we want the Dark Order to be dark, it's going to be Bray's idea. Like, I'm bringing this guy, and we get maybe like a mix of the Wyatt family and the Dark Order mixed together.
That'd be fucking awesome, dude. Yeah. Wyatt, Bo, Eric Redbeard. Take in a Dark Uno and a couple other guys, and yeah, man, that'd be fucking great.
It would be the first time the Dark Order actually lives up to their name.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
That'd be fucking. I mean, oh god, the possibilities, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I want to thank Vince for all of this shit right now.
Thank you, Vince, and thank you, Rich. Thank you for your fucking stupidity and your penny pinching ways.
He was not lying on that conference call. He does intend on dropping more talented individuals, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, Bray is not going to be the last. At all.
Nope.
Anyway, Christian Cage, Blade. The story with Christian Cage is, Jesse, he is on his way to becoming #1 contender for the AEW World Championship. Christian has had a terrible introduction. From day one, I think you and I both agreed that the way Tony Khan handled it was awful. He's kind of mellowed out on Christian. You know, Christian really hasn't stood out as a top guy, nor should he be, but he's been solid. He's been a great middle-of-the-card guy. He hasn't had a bad match yet. He delivers every time he's out there. Looks like he's having a blast. I appreciate what he brings to the table. Nothing really has stood out that has screamed spectacular or fantastic about Christian Cage. But he beat the Blade tonight, and he set up for a kill switch. Blade escaped. Christian went for a DDT. Blade pushed him off. Blade landed a power slam middle of the ring, which looked like it landed a little bit too much on Christian's head than it did his back. Randy Orton-esque power slam, that snap power slam. So after the power slam, we got Blade then yanking Christian off the top turnbuckle. Ref tried to stop this, and he put it, there's something, get the fuck out of here, man. Fucking something flying around, you motherfucker.
Oh, I gotta see this. I'm gonna see it in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I got it. No, he's not dead. Now he's dead, motherfucker. Fuck you.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
Fuck you, man. Goddamn moth. Ugh. I don't believe where these bugs coming from, man. There's no fucking windows open. It's like I got fucking the Wyatt family coming and introducing themselves here. Jesus Christ. Fireflies and fucking bugs. Whatever. It's over now. Dead.
Look at that shit. There it is. There it is.
Dead. It's dead. It's pretty much Adam Cole before he goes to the main roster. Dead.
Oh, man, you're ruining the green screen. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know, man.
Oh,
right,
God.
Then you okay? Everybody's okay, right?
Okay, we're good. Now we're good. Okay.
There you go. Okay. Off the script. Anyway, we got the turnbuckle pad about to be pulled off, and the referee says, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? So he Rick Knox goes over there, and Blade goes to grab the brass knuckles, eats a spear from Christian Cage, 1, 2, 3, and that's it. It's all over. No more, no less. Christian Cage is the number one contender. We're not getting this at all out, but we're getting this. I'm assuming he teased it for Rampage. Christian versus Omega. Could be on the first Rampage. It could be in Chicago, for all we know. But it's not a pay-per-view match.
I will personally shit on that shit, man.
Yeah, it's not going to be a pay-per-view match. But what do you think about Christian and Omega? It's pretty much leading to Christian getting his first loss.
I'm glad it's happening now. Get this shit out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. Get it. I mean, maybe you promised him a match with Omega when you signed him. Fine. Get him in the ring with Omega. He's not fucking winning. Get this shit out of the way. Give him a loss. Put him back in the mid card. And let him go ahead and turn heel. And I want to see him feud with Jungle Boy. And I mean, what? I mean, this is going nowhere. Why are we doing this?
People in the chat. JD versus The Fly is greater than Nia Jax matches. JD versus The Fly at the Tokyo Dome gets 7 stars from Meltzer. Oh my
7
God.
Stars. You guys are thinking small. I mean, I'm thinking JD versus the Moth versus the fucking chair. Triple threat match, dude.
Do Moth have teeth, man? Why do I feel like it bit me? I don't know. Fucking shit. Marty the Moth flying around in here, man. Anyway.
Moth turned the heel on you.
I don't know. I don't even know where the fuck it came from, man. I really don't know. Anyway, yeah. This is a Dynamite match, not on pay-per-view. I think the Chicago crowd would actually they'd enjoy it, but I mean, you want a dead crowd in Chicago, then please give us Christian versus Omega.
No, man, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna fly.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not gonna fly. You got fucking jokes. Okay.
Oh, man.
All right, Santana and Ortiz, FTR. We saw this match last week. It went 10 minutes. They botched the ending because of miscommunication part on Santana's behalf, and Cash went flying off the top rope, and I don't know what had happened there. A piece of his skin was taken off on the metal bar that connects the turnbuckle and the steel post. But we've seen a vignette which was excellent by these two teams. Dax said he watched his best friend almost die as a hook was stuck in Cash's forearm. He was bleeding all over. They show Cash's skin getting caught on the hook of the top turnbuckle and tearing off. It looked ridiculous. Dax said Cash suffered all week, wondering if he'd come back. He said death couldn't stop him, and we're getting another match. When it happens, I don't know, but hopefully he is okay. He is on his way to healing. And these two are going to do it all over again. Well, these two teams, I should say, are going to do it all over again after that nasty injury. So more to come from these two, and it's going to be great. Hopefully they get their shit together and we get a real match, unlike the first match we saw last week.
Is this unfortunate accident gonna put FTR back in the discussion for injury prone?
No, I don't think so.
They spent a lot of time hurt already in AEW, man.
I know. Yes, Hologram, I am undefeated against the flies that happened to infiltrate the show. Yes. There's no fly that has escaped me live on the air. I will get it. You guys don't know. You're not sitting in my chair, bro. You don't know how fucking off my game I get by, well, I got something flying around, man. I don't know if it's going to fucking bite me, fly into my face. I don't know. Got to get rid of it. Can't have anything distracting me during the shows. I already got enough with this fucking geek sitting across from me here. Anyway. Andrade El Idolo. He's there with Chavo. And they said they found someone that will work for them if the Lucha Brothers won't do it, Jesse. And in walks Fuego del Sol. So this guy, he's there looking to work for Andrade. He's all excited. Chavo asked Fuego, listen, shine Andrade's shoes. Fuego said, well, that's not really what we discussed. Chavo said the job description just changed. Do it. So they attacked him because he wouldn't and said it should be Pac. Chavo rubbed his mask against Andrade's boots. Andrade threw him into the garage that they were standing in front of. And he said if the Lucha Brothers keep working for Pac, they will never be tag team champions. Jesse, are we looking at an Andrade and Pac match at All Out?
I would love that, dude.
Yeah.
God, please. And the winner gets the Lucha Bros. I mean, the Lucha Bros are gonna end up with Andrade, dude. I mean, it'll be Andrade, Lucha Bros, and Chavo easily.
But where do we get the Lucha Brothers to look at Pac in a way where they want to join Andrade? I mean, they say they don't work for Pac, but I'm sure they respect Pac.
Nah, they can say all the shit there. They're gonna turn heel on Pac. They're gonna turn heel, join Andrade on his heel stable, leave Pac babyface to feud with them. Probably get another tag team and go for the trios. But this all makes sense, and I'm loving it. I want the Lucha Bros in the same faction with Andrade and Chavo. Book it, sell it to me, and I'm buying it.
Who do we get to team with Pac? Any ideas off the top of your head?
Need a tag team in the AEW. We only have 14 million. We'll find a good one for him. You know, somebody that he can feud with after they get done tagging, because we got to turn Pac back to heel in a few months or so, maybe within the next year.
Well, I don't think Pac necessarily needs to be a heel. I think as long as he continues to be a prick, that's all that really matters.
Bastard, though. It's gonna be the bastard.
I know. And we'll see what happens. But Andrade El Idolo versus Pac. I mean, I'll take my fucking money. Seriously.
All day, easily.
Yeah. So we got Page in the middle of the ring. Adam Page is there, and he asked Shivani. Shivani asked Page what is going on and what's going through his mind with the Dark Order. He immediately was interrupted by the Elite. Matt came out with a microphone in his hand. Page says that they're glad they have arrived here on the stage because he wants to speak to them. He said that he wants to clear something up. So they entered the ring. Omega says he's trying to make new friends and increase his self-worth and perhaps make a plea to rejoin the Elite. I know. Page says that's the last thing he wants to do. Omega said considering all his failures lately, he shares in common with the fans that he's a tryhard. He said they stayed up late at night thinking about maybe forgiving his sins and looking past his vices and personal demons. He said after he sees what the Elite were and what they are today, he doesn't fit the bill. He said the Elite does not have failures and losers in their group. Page then slapped him out of anger. Bucks, Gallows, Anderson, they attacked him as Kenny was cheering them on. Magic Killer, Dark Order ran out there for the save, but Hangman said, listen, I'm leaving you guys earlier in the evening. We're splitting. I'm gonna go my way. You guys are gonna do your thing. And Johnny Hungy was like, no matter what, man, we got you. We got your back. And then Evil Uno convinced everybody, listen, this is what he wants. If he wants this, let's respect his decision and give him what he wants. So it was an amicable split here. So they tried to come out and help him, I should say. But Evil Uno, Jesse, stopped the rest of the Dark Order and said, listen, this is what he wants. Let him go through it the way he wants to. The Bucks gave Page 3 V-triggers. Frankie Kazarian, the Elite Hunter, ran out there for the save. He got taken out because of the numbers game. Nakazawa threw a basketball at him at one point. And then Omega slammed Page in the face with the AEW title belt as the Bucks were celebrating there with Omega and the Good Brothers with the Be Elite theme song playing, finishing up their attack on Page. Really nice little follow-up here, Jesse. Not much of anything new, but it looks like Page wanted to say something, but, Omega didn't really give him the opportunity to. And Page got angry at it and slapped the shit out of him, and then he got his ass kicked for it.
Moxley and Kingston.
Moxley and Kingston with Pac.
There you go.
There you go. I like it.
Yo.
I like it. But what do we do with that? I mean, Paige is, we talked about this before. There really isn't anything to add. I could see this being a winner-take-all match at All Out. I think that gets everybody on the show in a meaningful way, and it gives people a little bit of unpredictability or unpredictable scenario going into that. I think it leaves it open-ended. I don't know.
I think Hangman Page is a severe wild card factor in terms of the talent that they have coming in and the plans that they had for Hangman. They're not gonna scrap their plans and just forget Hangman being pushed to the top. He's gonna get what they want from Hangman. He's gonna get pushed to the top. But I think he's a wild card factor in terms of he's gonna play some kind of role in the booking of Daniel Bryan and Punk and Kenny and Elite and everything else. So it's just a matter of how they end up booking Punk and booking Bryan. I think Hangman is going to be somewhere in the mix with those guys as it pertains to what happens with the title picture going forward. It's hard for me it's hard to kind of guess at it and pick at it because, again, the creative direction between Tony Khan and Punk, who has input on his gimmick, who knows what these guys are going to come up with? Who fucking knows, man? I have no fucking clue whatsoever.
Yeah. That's the best thing about it all. I mean, we could sit here and fucking contemplate all day. What's next for Page? What's next for the Dark Order? What's next for the Elite? What's next for Omega and his title defense and all? I don't know. And to be honest with you, I'm glad I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now, once they debut these guys and start putting some puzzles in place and everything else, then maybe we can see, okay, it looks like they might be going this way or they could be going this. I would like to see that. But as it stands right now, man, oh my God, I don't know what they might be planning, but I know it's going to involve Kenny, it's going to involve Hangman, and all of the talent they got coming after Black just murdered Cody. I mean, I'm ready to thrust that guy somewhere near the title picture as well. I mean, who knows where they go with this?
Yeah, I like it. I'm glad I don't know, like I said, because there's too many things that we do know, especially when I'm on here Monday and Friday with WWE. There's too many things that I do know, and I can't stand it. I want to be surprised. I want to be excited. This is legitimately a long-winded storyline. It's long-term storytelling. You got to appreciate it for what you got, and they're throwing wrenches and gears and fucking little unpredictable situations at you left and right. With Paige losing last week in that elimination match, I love it. I love it. Miro, Jesse, Lee Johnson. You know Lee Johnson. Lee Johnson's the number one contender for the TNT Championship. Lee Johnson, who I fondly remember you saying was undeserved of the championship match and has not looked good in any of his previous matches, so much so that he should be dumped from the Nightmare Factory, is what you told me, right?
I don't think I said anything to that effect whatsoever.
I could have swore you said this like 3 weeks ago, man.
Feel free to clip it. Send it to me.
Somebody find it. I know he said it.
Fucking Lee Johnson is going to one day watch this fucking podcast and think I have never said anything bad about this guy.
Listen, man. You listen. Julia Hart. You said some bad things.
Terrible.
Clip it. Clip it. Clip it. This guy's got no problem with Max Caster railing on fucking Lee Johnson's girl over here, but.
Hey, not the first time Julia Hart's been railed on, right?
There you go. Clip it.
There you go.
Offense number 2. Listen, bro, we're gonna run into Lee Johnson. He's gonna be like, "Yo, JD, I love the show, man. I'm glad you're a fan." I'm like, "Bro, I'm glad you're a fan. Thank you for supporting the show." And then he's gonna look at you, and then he's gonna fucking DDT you right on the concrete.
Lee Johnson is fucking. He's. I was gonna say he's great. He's not great, but I would love to see where this guy goes. He has it, man. He has it.
I was expecting you to tell me Lee Johnson do a DDT. He doesn't even know how to spell DDT.
Nope. I'm starting to think that you are projecting your beliefs of Lee Johnson onto me.
Come on, man. Listen, Lee Johnson's my boy, bro. What are you talking about?
Just saying, maybe you don't like Lee Johnson.
I love Lee Johnson. I think he did great tonight.
He did fucking great. I mean, he got ragdolled out there, but
that was his job.
That was his job. I mean, he
Lee Johnson
talent enhancement.
Lee Johnson was a gateway for Miro to get his TNT title defense in at the pay-per-view against Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they tried building this matchup a little bit. I don't know why. It did come off as an enhancement match, you know.
Well, I mean, I think it was more about Miro than it was about Lee Johnson. Lee Johnson, you know, they gave him as much as they possibly could in this match to have a babyface come back and be that resilient, come from behind, scrappy babyface. But I think the whole story of this match was Miro and how dominating he could be, and that's exactly what they did. He was no selling shit. He was, you know, in situations where Lee Johnson was throwing offense at him and they really didn't even want Miro off of his feet. I mean, Miro's not even that big of a guy where you got to play up that scenario, but that's the type of lengths that they're going to make this guy an unstoppable monster. And, you know, honestly, it's working. But with Lee Johnson, I mean, he's looking better and better every time I see him. He bulked up. He got a little bit bigger himself as far as muscle mass. You know, he doesn't look like he was 6 months ago, even 9 months ago. I mean, he's coming along. I mean, I don't know how well he is as a promo. I don't know what he is as far as like gimmick and character or who he is. I mean, that's a
long way to go there.
That shit's going to come. I mean, I don't know how old he is. How old is he? 23, 24? How old?
I don't know. And that's what I mean. I don't know how old he is, but he's fairly young and he has it. He just doesn't have it yet, but he has it.
Yeah.
You know, he'll get there. You know, he'll get there. And I mean, they're putting him in the right spot. They're putting him with the right people. I got faith Lee Johnson. He'll get there, and they're pushing him, which is what he needs. So, he'll spend some more time on Dark. He'll work on that promo and everything else. And like you just said, he needs a little bit more of a gimmick, and he'll be fine because he can go in the ring. Well, but you know, as we were talking about this, you know, who I see Miro's opponent soon being?
Who?
Daniel Bryan.
I can see that.
I want to see Daniel Bryan answer some form of an open challenge, and he just comes out and Miro has to face Daniel Bryan. I mean, that would be fucking insane, man.
I could see that. I could absolutely see that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is another situation where you're building up somebody so good. You know, it's going to take a lot of brain power to really gather your thoughts and make a match and an opponent worthy of beating Miro. These are things that could work out great, and on some instances they could back you into a creative corner where, you know, it's not going to work out too well. But I don't.
Could be, and maybe that's what they're doing. I mean, if you're going to bring Bryan in, if you're gonna have Bryan beat Miro, it's fine. But maybe that's why they're going ahead with a full steam ahead push for Miro, rack up some wins, become more dominant. And build him up as a huge monster for Bryan to take down when he comes in. You know, that would be a moment right there. That'd be a moment because I'm off the kick of not caring about Miro because of how they buried him in the beginning. Now I'm on the Miro train. They're doing him justice this time around.
Yeah, this is the way he should have been booked from day one. But I don't think we would have appreciated it if he came into the company on day one and has been this dominant for this long. I think. You know, it worked out in Tony Khan's favor where, you know, he booked him terrible with Kip Sabian, and then we all cried and complained about it, and now we're getting what we're getting, and it's like, finally, you know, he went through all those months of nothing, and now he's finally where he needs to be. I think we appreciate it a little bit more now.
Yes, I would. As a matter of fact, you know what? I would bring in Daniel Bryan as a surprise opponent for Miro, and I will have Miro go over thanks to interference from CJ Perry.
I could see that. I like that idea a lot.
Yeah.
She's about due anyway.
Yeah, that'd be fucking great. They can't keep mentioning Miro's wife. They mentioned it again. They can't keep mentioning Miro's wife without showing us Miro's wife. So she's fucking coming.
Yeah, she'll be there in no time. Lee Johnson, though, very good match with Miro. Charged at him at the bell. The commentators said it was not a good idea to rush at Miro like that, so Miro cut him down. And all that offense Lee Johnson was throwing at Miro did not work. He was no-selling all of Johnson's offense. Miro, though, dropped a knee. Or actually, he dropped to a knee, I should say, after some explosive offense from Mr. Johnson. And Johnson DDT'd him. It was the situation where the DDT happened. Miro no-sold it, and then I didn't know what was happening here. It looked like he no-sold it, and then he started getting dizzy and dropped to one knee. So I don't know what had happened there, if that was supposed to be like that or not. Or maybe Miro forgot his cue and it's like, oh, I thought I was supposed to no-sell this. Let me now sell it. I don't know what was going on there. But Johnson dove through the ropes at Miro 3 times, knocking Miro onto his back on the outside. Looked like a situation where Miro was supposed to catch him, but didn't. But the move went to Johnson. Miro rolled into the ring to break the counts. Johnson climbed to the top rope, and Johnson landed a flying crossbody. Miro powered out at a 1. Johnson landed 4 super kicks. Miro dove onto him. Johnson moved, kicked him again, knocking Miro down. Johnson stood up on the top rope, with a nice-looking frog splash for a 2. Dustin Rhodes was on the outside cheering. Miro came back with a Machka kick. Played up to the hard camera. Yelled game over. Daily's Place yelled along with him. Submitted him. It was over. 10 minutes, Lee Johnson gets defeated here by Miro, and that was it. And it looks like, Jesse, we may be... I don't know where Miro goes into All Out. We could be getting a Dustin Rhodes match with Miro at All Out.
Nah, that doesn't do it for me.
Me neither. So we'll see what happens there. But Lee Johnson falls to Miro as he should and retains the TNT Championship. Shivani was with Christian backstage. He says he's feeling pretty good right now as the number 1 contender, and he offered to be at ringside for Leyla, Hirsch, and the Bunny. But she told him, thank you for being a friend. He sang the Golden Girls theme song. He said she didn't really do that, and she's just in a good mood. He said she assured him that she was ready and has best friends. He said he has come back to AEW to take back what was taken from him 7 years ago. He said he came to AEW to cement his legacy and win some championships. And then he finally said that he's known to stir up a little shit from time to time. And he's better than good. He is elite. Whatever the hell that meant, I don't know. But don't give me this match at All Out. That's all I got to say. You could be elite. Yeah. You could be elite on Rampage. Don't be elite at All Out.
Yeah, let me pause you for a second. Let's go back. Why do I see so many people in the chat talking about how Lana should not be here in AEW? They think that they think that we're trying to put Lana in the women's division.
No. Nobody here is putting Lana in the women's division.
You guys just don't get it. Miro at his absolute best, at the best we've ever seen him, was as Rusev with his wife by his side. That was the absolute best. So if we can get a version of that, of this Miro, this destructive killer, with his fucking just obnoxious fucking bitch of a wife with him, that makes Miro that much better. That much better. It's going to improve the Miro gimmick that we like. So it's not going to be a bad thing. It's going to be a good thing.
Do you guys realize that when Lana was in WWE, the sniveling, oh my God, woe is me, fucking Lana that they had, it was a shell of what she was when she was with Miro. AEW has taken these creative mishaps that WWE has fucked up on and has turned them into gold. And it's going to continue with Wyatt and Bryan and fucking Black, Andrade. Miro is a part of that. You think CJ coming in is going to be anything like she was in WWE? She's going to be exactly how she was with Rusev in the beginning stages of his debut in WWE, minus the Russian accent. She's going to be dressing like the sexy wife that he's, portrayed her to be. She's going to be a bitch, and she's going to get on people's nerves, and she's legit going to be a heat magnet, which is only going to make him better. You guys don't realize that they're better as a pair. That's exactly why she's coming in.
Everybody sitting there complaining about how they don't want Lana here are the same people who are pissed that they took Scarlett away from Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
We don't want Scarlett in the fucking women's division. We want her with Cross. Same thing here. We want CJ Perry with Miro. They both benefit from it. Miro's gimmick becomes that much better.
I agree. Really nothing else to add there. I mean, anybody that says this is a WWE has-been pickup or WWE scrap pickup, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. As soon as that woman's a free agent, and I know I got Miro as the TNT champion doing his thing on my roster, she's on the roster day one.
Yeah, it's about using people the right way. I could go up and down the WWE roster with all of the people that we hate seeing and we cringe at and we don't like. And I promise you, we could probably rebook those very same people and have them just be 10 times better just by the way they're portrayed. You know, there's nothing wrong with CJ Perry. She's fucking fantastic at what she does. And that's to help elevate her husband in his gimmick. And she was great at it.
Yeah. You guys will learn. You guys will learn. That's why you're watching me and Jesse on Wednesday night, me on every other day of the week. You will learn. If you don't know, you now know.
Yeah.
The Bunny versus legit Leyla Hirsch. Jesse, this was a situation where we were crowning a number one contender for the NWA Women's Championship. This was supposed to be Serena Deeb, but she got hurt apparently again. I don't know what's wrong with her now. Love Serena Deeb. But we got Bunny and legit Leyla Hirsch. Winner of this match goes on and wrestles Camille. I believe this will be at an NWA show in the future. I'm not sure. But not really much here. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the Bunny. I think Leyla Hirsch has gotten a little bit better, but again, I don't really know much about her or why I should care about legit Leyla Hirsch. To me, she's like a mini version of Shayna Baszler, but not Shayna Baszler at all.
Yeah, how did the NWA women's title contender come down to these two women?
I don't know. Maybe it's stats wise. I don't know. I don't know if the NWA Women's Championship plays into the overall rankings of AEW Women's Division. I have no idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just out of curiosity. Of all the women they have, I mean, these two?
I don't know.
The Bunny? Why does the Bunny? Well, I don't know.
I don't know, man. Either way, any of these women that win this match, they'll be looking up at Camille because she is a fucking large woman. And the end.
I text you. You ever answer me? Can she go in the ring?
I have no idea. By the looks of it, I'm going to say no.
Check. Can Camille actually wrestle? If I put Camille in the ring with Sasha Banks, what kind of match am I looking at? Can she go? I'm legitimately asking. I have no idea because she looks the part and she looks fantastic. But can she go in the ring? Is there any NWA marks in the fucking chat?
I don't watch NWA, so I've heard of her. I knew she was the champion. I don't know if she can go or not, but Leyla, Jesse, she won this match in 8 minutes, and there was a nice spot where Hirsch came back with a knee strike after being on the defensive. Then she went for a moonsault. Bunny moved. Moonsault looked nice. Leyla Hirsch has a better moonsault than Charlotte Flair. That's all I got to say there. But after the moonsault, Bunny moved. Bunny then stood and gave Hirsch a Death Valley driver for a near fall. Ross said Hirsch is 4'11", and she's fighting to earn an NWA championship match against Camille. Hirsch applied another cross arm breaker. Bunny broke free. She then reapplied it, and Bunny tapped out. Chat is saying she works really slow.
No, I'm seeing the chat saying she can go. Everybody says she's a killer, dude.
John Cream says she works really slow. Camille has had amazing matches with Thunder Rosa. She's DV Acme says amazing matches with Thunder Rosa.
I know who John Cream is, but Hooligram says she's awesome. So.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll see. At first glance, I'm going to say she can't wrestle.
She looks like she can. I mean, she looks like she's spent some time in a ring. She reminds me of Rebecca.
Raquel.
Raquel. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the size discrepancy here, when Camille stood in the ring against Leyla Hirsch, I mean, it looked like Leyla Hirsch was her child.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, I don't know why they went with these two, first of all, and then this winner here against Camille, but I don't make the booking decisions in AEW. And I'm not Mr. Billy Corgan, so I don't know.
I would have given her Kylan King.
Lion in the chat says Camille dated Braun Strowman.
No fucking way.
I thought Braun Strowman was dating Raquel Gonzalez. If that's the case, he upgraded.
Nah, no way. No way he pulled that one in, man.
Well, listen, man, I guess he's no longer a part of the stupid express. You know, maybe he's not that. Maybe I'm a little too harsh on Braun Strowman.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, no. Does that mean Braun to AEW confirmed? Oh, no.
No, please.
Oh, no.
Somebody get me some fucking holy water here, man. We can't be saying this on this show here. Now it's in the fucking universe.
Oh, God.
Come on, man. Braun Strowman in AEW, bro, you really want to give me fucking heart palpitations on Wednesday night? I got enough on Monday. Maybe he joins the Wyatt family. Maybe they put a fucking sheep mask back on him. Or the Dark Order, I'm sorry. Wyatt family. Maybe he joins Bray.
No, God, no, stop. Okay, no, he's going back to WWE.
All right, we're deviating away from AEW, man. No Braun Strowman. No Braun Strowman. Go sit on your tractor and go fucking mow your farm. Go crop your corn or whatever the fuck you do out there. I don't know. Hirsch wins in 8 minutes. I mean, whatever. You know, this was a throwaway match for a nothing match that nobody cares about. That's what I got to say there.
I'm sorry, it wasn't Hologram. I'm sorry, it was Raging Gaming Girl says she can go.
Oh, okay.
And what's up, Rage? I see you, Rage. I don't have time to type in the chat. I'm sorry, but I see you, Rage. How are you?
Rage is doing good.
Rage is doing good.
Rage is doing good.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
Oh, we got Mark Sterling. He was backstage with Jade Cargill. Hasn't been wrestling lately. He said that they've been expanding their brand and hearing the interests from Hollywood, but now they're back. Said Jade has a match on Elevation this Monday. And then she has a match, Jesse, because she's that bitch.
Uh-huh. You see Charlotte stopped saying it after Jade called her out on it?
Well, listen, man, Jade is greater than Charlotte. That's all I have to tell you.
Yeah, I have to agree at this point.
I know. Especially after Charlotte has nobody in WWE now. No fiance, no father. She may be fired.
She may be AEW bound.
She may be fired, bro. And get this, we may be fans.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Can you imagine that? Yeah, she gets dumped and comes over to AEW and Tony Khan books her right.
Listen. She won't be Charlotte.
Queen.
She'll be Ashley Flair.
Yeah. No, I think she has to be Ashley Fleer. I think she's a Fleer.
Vince McMahon has the Flair, Flair, trademarked.
I think their name is Fleer.
Yes.
And she already trademarked her name. Her and Andrade trademarked her name about a year or so ago.
There you go. Charlotte Flair, AEW. There you go.
Yeah, I think she trademarked Ashley Fleer. She trademarked her name.
Well, listen, man, we may be fans in about a year or so.
Yeah.
No, I don't see her getting released. All the joking aside, I don't see her getting released.
I'm not fucking joking, dude. I mean, once you cut Ric Flair and Vince is talking about cutting budgets and giving them more talent, I mean, once he gets bored with her, he'll let her go just like anybody else. I mean, she's not an Anoa'i, so she's expendable, man.
Well, Ric Flair was complaining that Charlotte was being booked terribly. I mean, I don't know if he's watching the show or not.
He is being booked terribly.
She is. The division's being booked terribly, but everywhere I look, Charlotte's in a fucking title match. Yeah, I wake up from a fucking deep slumber. Terribly. Charlotte's in a fucking another title match. I go to sleep one Monday. Charlotte's in another contenders match.
You know, that could have been a part of the text to Vince. Like, why are you booking her so much and so just randomly? It's all over the fucking place. Take some fucking time and effort, and when you book, you just book her. Give her the title.
What do you know, pal?
Take the title from her, you know, and then do this. Then cash in on her. Then put her in this feud. What are you doing with my daughter? Book her a little bit stronger than this.
She's my daughter now, pal.
Yeah, she's mine. I gave her to Bruce. You know, I mean, she is being booked terribly. For all we hate Charlotte for, I mean, she just needs to be booked a hell of a lot better.
I don't know. She ain't the man.
Nope. She's not the boss. She's not the man. Nope. She's not Bailey. She is no longer in the good graces of being one of Vince's pets, man.
Nope. It's over. She's done.
Nope.
All right. Main event time, guys. Malakai Black versus Cody Rhodes, Jesse's favorite professional wrestler.
Oh, man.
Malakai Black. Malakai came out, Jesse. Let's talk about his entrance first. Very similar entrance to what he had in NXT. The sitting down with the legs crossed, Indian style still remains. He comes out, he looks all brooding in the dark with the smoke and the mist, and he came out with this demon-like mask with horns that covered half of his face. He still has the selling job of the eyeball that Seth Rollins tried to rip out of his eye socket. But man, you know, I love Aleister Black's old NXT theme music that WWE ripped away from him. I thought that was perfect for him. I loved his entrance there and everything that he had in NXT. But his new theme music, man, let me tell you something. It is the perfect tempo and the perfect setting and sets the right mood for him to come out. Man, he looked fantastic tonight.
He did. He did. I mean, and if he feels like he's happy.
Yeah.
You ever notice that? I mean, even the smiles in a lot of the faces of these guys, they feel like that they're happy and that they're comfortable in their booking and then they're creative and they're happy in their spots. I mean, you don't see people out. How many people do you see on the other show? They're just going through the fucking motions. We're just talking about Charlotte. Charlotte's out there looking like she gives.
I want you guys to understand something. What you saw tonight in Tommy End is something that is all of his doing. This is all of his vision. And this is his vision, and Tony Khan knows that, and let this guy go out there and present himself the way that he's wanted to do for the last 3 fucking years and never had an opportunity to do so. This is the culmination of that. And that man, it just resonated through the television. He's like, this is where I belong. And I'm not sure if you realize that Jesse Jericho interviewed him on Talk is Jericho. I listened to it today while I was doing my work here in the office. You got to go listen to it. It's just him opening up about, you know, his time in WWE and, you know, how his joining AEW came about. So it's a really interesting listen for an hour if you want to go listen to that. But with Black, you know, the only thing that I would change, and I'm not a big fan of it, even when some of the guys on the indies do it, I don't think it's really main event-esque. I feel like they're brought down a slight peg or two. I didn't like the boxing shorts on him. I think presentation is big. I don't know if anybody really, you know, liked that presentation look of him from the black leather tights to the boxing trunks. I'm not a fan of that. I think he should go back to what he was doing. He was just at a PWG show with Brody King, and he was wearing his black trunks like he usually wore in WWE. Now he's got the boxing shorts. I think that, like, subtle change, I think makes a world of a difference.
I noticed it. I didn't mind it, though. I'm like, hey, look, he's wearing shorts. It wasn't like a game changer. I don't prefer it, but it wasn't, to me, it wasn't like, what the fuck is he wearing? That wasn't that bad. You know, I prefer the trunks too myself, but again, I mean, for what we're getting, there's not too much he can wear that I would really give a shit about.
Yeah.
To be honest, dude. I mean, I have way more things to enjoy while he's in the ring than to worry about his fucking trunks.
Yeah, Hula Grim in the chat says it's Muay Thai, and I know Excalibur said that he's a master in Muay Thai as well, so I guess that's the vibe that they're going for. It's a play on what he likes to do personally, which I think, if that's the case, it's a great thing. But that's a good catch, Hula Grim. I appreciate that.
Yes. Here's what I was thinking. With Punk coming in, did Black just take Punk's gimmick of sitting in the middle of the ring cross-legged?
No, I don't think so.
That was Punk's thing, man. I mean, he's been doing it. I know he didn't just take it, but I'm saying, is Punk not going to do that because Black is doing it?
So what you're telling me, it's going to be clobbering time?
I don't know. Are they going to have both guys do that same thing? Or they put them in a match, that's going to be the match. They're going to sit down together and look at each other.
Who owns the gimmick?
Who owns the sit down?
I don't know. But listen, I think the one big takeaway, Jesse, from this is he looks like a star and he looks like a main event star. Yeah. With what they've done presentation-wise. They didn't have to change anything about him, but the subtle changes in the music, the presentation is main event.
Yeah, Cody has been getting completely on my nerves lately, but if anybody knows anything about me, I'm one to give credit where credit is due. And Cody completely put him over tonight.
Yes.
I mean, Cody had more offense on Brody Lee than he got on Aleister Black tonight. Or Malakai, sorry. So Cody entirely put him over and put that gimmick over big time. Right away, my thoughts on it, if I'm watching that match right away, Black is a top guy in the company. Top fucking guy.
No doubt about it. This match, guys, was not long at all. It was probably less than 5 minutes, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Black hit a leg kick right away on Cody. Cody went for a figure four right away. Black broke it up by gouging Cody's eyes, which was great. Commentary really sold that as far as him getting out of the figure four in that unique way. Cody came back with an enziguri. Black took down Cody with a leg sweep and then locked on a single leg crab. Very intense with a single leg crab. Cody surprised Black by going for a crossroads immediately, but Black kneed him in the forehead to get out of the crossroads. So Black was in the crossroads position. Cody had it locked in. All he needed to do was twist himself over. But Black kneed him in the face, and they sold that as well on commentary for him getting out of that. So good on commentary for making him look good. So after the crossroads, he fought out of it. Cody climbed the ropes. Black kicked out his leg, and that sent him flying through the timekeeper's table right in front of Doc Sampson, AEW's head of the trainers department there, the doctor, Dr. Sampson. So he went through the table. He made it back in the ring by a 9.5. Black then hit the Black Mass. I don't know what he's calling it here. The Sin Eater or whatever he's calling it. Black Mass. I'm going to call it Black Mass until we finally know what a name is. And that was it, Jesse. 4 minutes. Black, I wouldn't say squashed, but I mean, I don't know what else to use as far as words go. This was a murder. Was a burial.
He fucking killed him to the point where Cody's about to call it quits. Oh, by the way, I got news on that too. After the show went off the air, at the end of the show, at the end of the match, how Cody took one boot off and then Black showed up.
Yep.
At the end of the show, he took the other boot off in the ring and left barefoot.
Yeah, but that was off camera. That wasn't to the watching attendance or audience at home.
Yeah, I mean, it does signal to, at the very least, one thing, that when they get done with this rematch, and clearly they're gonna have a fucking rematch, apparently.
Yeah, which worries me.
Now I'm really worried that Cody's gonna fucking put himself over.
Yeah, which worries me.
But nonetheless, the fact that he did leave his boots in the ring means that he is definitely looking at retirement soon. I mean, I thought he was going to retire a little while back because, Cody he has a lingering knee issue. And then he's banged up from all the other small little things here and there. And the thing is, he doesn't have to work in the ring if he doesn't want to. He can take a full-time spot, in the back, doing what he does. And when he wants to, he can come out and do a match, here and there. But wrestling every other week, he can quit that shit, dude. He's not needed for that anymore.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. I love Cody Rhodes. I don't want anybody to misconstrue what I'm about to tell you. I love Cody Rhodes. Okay? I think Cody Rhodes is one of the best storytellers, if not the best storyteller in the business right now. This moment, Jesse, in my honest opinion, it should have been about Black. It was about Black, but at the same time, it wasn't about Black because Cody had to go over the top again with a fake announcement that he's retiring, or at least hinting to that. And when this should have been about Black, Cody somehow, at the end of it all, makes it a self-production about himself.
Yeah.
And that's the problem that I have, and that's why he gets shit on as much as he does. I love Cody to death. I tell him that face to face, but I don't really get the point of doing this when this should have been about Malakai Black. Now, if you want Cody Rhodes to fucking make this important and make this grand and make it epic by getting Black over, I think Cody Rhodes can do that in the traditional sense of pro wrestling. Not everything needs to be about, let me put this guy over, but let me put myself over 10 times more than I put this guy over.
Yeah,
that's the problem I have.
Cody had to come out. Cody got to come out last after that commercial break. You know, it's all about Cody.
I mean, I don't know how anybody else feels about that, but Black attacked him at the end. Black attacked him with the crutch, and he took the boot off. He was about to cry. Let me go over what he said. Shivani went in the ring, and he was struggling to get up Cody. Cody sat up. Said Legacy is a funny thing. Said when he was a referee at the age of 15, all he wanted to do was become a champion. Said goals change, time flies, and he has had so much fun. He struggled to his feet. Shivani helped him up. They said, I love you to each other. Some fans began chanting Cody. And then Cody said he met Matt, Nick, Kenny. 3 years ago, people were laughing at them when they said they were going to have a revolution. They laughed at us. Big AEW champ broke out. He said, now it's commonplace that this is destination viewing. This isn't an alternative. This is competition, he said. So they're really chiming in on all the things that have been said recently, you know, throwing all that realism at you at one shot. We set the table, and now maybe some new people can eat. So for 3 years, his face has been on everything, and he's carried this banner. He says he's been so lucky. Maybe there's been some outside interest and maybe some infighting amongst the EVP. So it really did happen. He just admitted to you right there on television. Mm-hmm. He loves them deeply and will forever be tethered to Kenny and Matt and Nick Jackson. He got emotional, said, with all due respect to Daly's Place, this is the AEW amphitheater. No better place. Another AEW chant was, ringing out in the crowd. He said, there's no better place to announce. There's no better place and time to announce with zero bitterness in his heart that he loves you all so much and that they made his life so incredibly special. He took one boot off, and then Jim Ross said, this is the honored tradition where when you're done, you leave your boots in the ring. So he was about to retire, and Black came out and bashed him in the back with a crutch, and that's the way the show went off the air. Again, I mean, this was supposed to be about Black, but Cody makes it a big self-promotion and self-production by doing what is obviously a fake or really played-up retirement that will lead to another match. And after all I said, Jesse, I know you're worried. I'm worried that Cody's going to put himself over by making himself the sympathetic figure because Black, quote-unquote, semi-retired him and now put himself in doubt.
Yeah, the only way this will make any sense is if in the next match, Black really, really takes him out. Because you remember at the end of the match with Brody, Cody didn't get up and cut a promo in the crowd. He was taken out on the goddamn stretcher.
Yeah.
He killed him. He was done. He murdered the guy. But when Black wins, Cody gets up and cuts a promo about himself. It could have been, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. He did make it too much about him when that main event should have been about Malakai.
I mean, can we tell this story in a way that is just traditional, good old-fashioned wrestling storytelling? Why do we need to throw a fake retirement when you and I both know that this man is not retiring? Because this man, wasn't it the first All-In show where Daniel Bryan was on his list of people to wrestle? You don't think Cody Rhodes wants to see Daniel Bryan come in into AEW and say, hey, man, I want to be in the ring with you? You think Cody doesn't want to wrestle Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, guys. To everybody who was thinking this is going to happen, Cody might retire soon. I mean, if he's teasing it, then he's probably thinking about it. But he's not going to retire weeks before he debuted Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. There's no fucking way he's going to. No, dude, no.
I mean, give me a break. That guy's probably salivating to wrestle Daniel Bryan.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, they did Black right. I think they nailed everything. I mean, it's just the simple fact that Cody just, the self-promotion about Cody Rhodes, it's, bro, you are so great at what you do. Why do you need to go back to that and take some of that thunder away from a guy that you presented as a main event guy on night one? I don't get it. Now, do we get a match at All Out? Is Cody going away after this? What does Black do at All Out if he's not wrestling Cody? Are they both left off the show to wrestle after All Out? I don't know. I find it very difficult to believe to leave Black off of All Out. I really do.
Nah, he'll be there. Cody's supposed to be going away soon to do season 2 of his game show.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's gonna go before or after. I'm assuming he's gonna go after All Out. I don't see him missing that shit.
No. I would have to assume that it's after All Out. He loses and then goodbye.
Yeah.
I mean, this was just the casket lowering into the ground, and then Black at All Out's gonna fucking cover the casket and then pour the dirt on it and goodbye Cody for about 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and then he comes back and seeks revenge. And then Black at that time, he probably have accumulated a couple of wins, few wins here, few wins there, and then his first loss will probably be to Cody, and then we'll be fucking complaining all over again.
Yeah, no, in all seriousness, they probably will do the rematch at All Out, at which point they'll probably have Black and Cody do a legitimate, 15, 20-minute match. Go do some. They gotta get color. Cody can't do a match without bleeding. And it'll be a good knockdown brawl, but then Black should win and send Cody away for a little while he does his season 2 of his game show.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good assessment of it all. But it's not over here, folks. This is definitely leading to another match. After the crutch shot, I'm like, well, there's your rematch right there. So that is signed, sealed, and delivered after that closing segment of Dynamite tonight, which was a good show, not as good. This was the weakest show of the ones back with fans, but this was more of a setup show because next week is a huge week, ladies and gentlemen. We got AEW Dynamite next week from Pittsburgh. Going to be a big show. And then AEW Rampage is debuting on Friday night, and it's going to be a big night. And then CM Punk, literally a week and a half away from CM Punk, potentially, at the United Center. Unbelievable.
Potentially, my ass. He better show up.
Unbelievable. Big week next week, guys. I'll be doing both shows, Friday Night SmackDown and Rampage, Friday live. We're going live at 11:05 instead of 10:05 for just SmackDown, man. So make sure you guys tune into that. Going to be a big night.
Can't be here. I will be coming from the United Center, brother.
Well, that's on August 20th. If you want to do, if you want to do next week, we could do next week.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the review portion of the show. We are going to go over some super chats now. I need another cold beverage, being that I drank my liquid death. But if you guys want to get your super chats in, get them on in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. We just hit over 1,000 likes. Thank you guys very much. Follow me on social media at JDfromNY206. That's Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you guys also go check out today's sponsor, man. Homage, Homage. Retro and vintage t-shirts now available on Homage. Use code SCRIPT at checkout. Super chats are going crazy. We are going to start at the top here with numero uno. And that is Joshua Bennett. It boggles my mind that people would want Ric Flair to go to AEW when he could absolutely fit like a glove on NWA Power. Yo, Billy, call up Rick and pay the man.
I don't watch Power. I don't know.
Me neither.
Does anybody watch Power?
Me neither. Joshua Bennett, you got a lot of super chats here, brother. We got another one, and then 5 more to follow. 2 $10 super chats, a 2, a 5, a 2, and a 1. Thank you, Joshua, man. We'd love to see JD, Jesse, Solomonster, BC Amplified, and even Ticket Drew, even though he's a Charlotte shill, in a super review of All Out. I can tell you right now, man, Solomonster would never do it. I would never do it because individually we're going to be making a killing on that night. Not happening. Maybe after we get done with everything, but even then, I don't think we would come together in that way. It'd have to be something else.
Is Solomonster coming to Chicago?
No.
Oh,
he is not. $5 super chat by Joshua. Hi, Nate. I would like to say this in regular chat, but YouTube says I've only been a sub for 3 weeks, even though I've been around this channel since 2016.
You're changing your name.
Yeah. There you go. Love you, YouTube, with the middle finger. Joshua, thank you for the super chats, brother. I'm sorry about that. I do it to prevent the trolls, man. I do it to prevent the trolls. Everybody's life is a lot easier when there's no trolling in the chat.
God, it has been so. Thank you, YouTube, for putting that option in.
I know.
That is phenomenal.
I know. Justin with a $1.99 super chat. Bought my Summer Scam shirt today. Can't wait for it. Thank you, brother. Kenley Pierre with a $4.99 super chat. Cole must run, honestly, and it's a big mistake for WWE to let him go. Is it?
In their hands.
It is a big mistake. They don't give a fuck.
You don't have the option anymore.
Tony Brown with a $4.99 super chat. It's amazing, JD and Jesse. Yeah, I'm an old school Army vet. I take pain meds. Raw and NXT knocks me out, but I'm wide awake for AEW and OTS. That's all that matters, brother. You sit down, you relax, we got you covered. Marcus Thomas with a $5 super chat. Miro has been in AEW for 1 year. Looks like a beast and a star. Then Kevin Lee on main roster for 1 year. Just another guy. I love Wednesday nights. I think you mean Keith Lee, Marcus. Kevin Lee. They might as well fucking call him Kevin Lee. They don't give a fuck about him.
They don't know who he is.
No, they don't know who he is. Yeah. Just used as a stepping stone for Bill Goldberg. Gotta love it. And Jesse Cross, just another guy, right? After losing again?
That guy, dude, he is so fucking... He is no different from Mojo Rawley.
Nope. Oh, but no it's different. Storytelling.
No, he's a bum, dude. He's a fucking bum. To no fault of his own.
Now,
look, they basically told you. They said Karrion Kross is nothing without the presentation and the gimmick and his girl. And then 2 weeks later, they put him on TV without any of that shit.
Yep.
And then wonder why nobody likes it.
Yep. And it was that same promo, that cold cut, in that same segment that he said that. And then WWE, that's the fight. That's when the fight happened between them, supposedly. WWE watched that, and then they were like, Adam Cole's got a point. Let's do it.
I mean, this...
Let's do it.
Dude, I don't get it. As much as Vince trying to bury NXT, this is supposed to be an investment. He's losing money.
He don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck.
Michelle Moran with a $5 super chat. It will be Page versus Omega at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Page will beat Omega for the title. How Daniel Bryan will come out and reveal he helped Page get ready. I could see it.
Man, I'd rather see Bryan and Miro.
Susan Diam. Oh, I'm sorry, Jessica.
Maybe put Punk in that spot.
Well, we got to debut Bryan somehow.
Yeah, I want to see him against Miro first.
Susan D'Ambrosio with a $5 super chat. JD and Jesse, what do you think is next in the chapter of Hangman and the Elite with Kenny? Well, we talked about that tonight, Susan. Hopefully you picked up on that. DV Acme with a $10 super chat. Awesome matches all night. Not a single wasted segment. And they did more with Black in one match than WWE did in a whole year. After forcing myself to watch Raw last Monday, this was sublime. Black, Jesse, was presented better in one night than he has been in, what, 2 years? Easy?
Main roster, yeah. I mean, he was awesome in NXT. He was booked perfectly.
Yeah. Michael Raymond with a $5 super chat. The Hangman is hanging himself out to dry. He needs friends in the Dark Order, not to win, but to intrusions. Don't lose sight of friendship, Adam. Adam Page will have friends in Punk and Bryan, bro. Don't worry.
Follow the story, man. Follow the story.
Munchie Time with a $19.99 super chat. Jericho and Hoovy was sloppy at first, but the ending was cool. I'm sure Jesse was upset when his boy Lee Johnson didn't win the TNT title. Black and Cody was good, plus that PBR commercial was gold. Cheers. We forgot to talk about that, Jesse. Matt Cardona got a fucking commercial out of him beating Nick Gage at an independent wrestling show because there were pizza cutters involved and Domino's took offense to it.
So good. Shout out to fucking Pat's Blue Ribbon, man. I mean, it's nobody drinks this shit here, I'm guessing, but at the same time,
you won't catch me serving that dead in the venue.
I mean, I'm following them and I'll support them. Why? Because they support us.
Yes.
You know, they're supporting pro wrestling.
And whoever's running that social media account is doing a fantastic job.
Yes.
Hashtag fill the ice bin, Jesse.
Oh, what the?
It says Munchie Time.
That's Issa's job now.
Michael Raymond, I see Roman Reigns pictures hanging up in the back of the bar, man. I didn't authorize that. I see Randy Orton pictures hanging up in the back of the bar. I didn't authorize that. What's going on?
I challenge Roman to have a match with my dog Kane, and Issa's like, bring it on. I have a full-grown German Shepherd, man.
Listen, I know Issa wants Randy Orton to slither somewhere. I know Issa wants to see what the Viper's really about, but I mean, I can't have that graffiti hanging up in the back of my multi-million dollar establishment.
She wants to tame the Viper. Oh my God, Rage says she drinks fucking PBR, man. Get
Rage out of here. Get Rage. That's like a crime against humanity to fucking say that in my bar, bro.
Oh my God, dude.
You know, you go to a bar and Pabst Blue Ribbon is $1.
Why so much?
I don't know. 99 cents too much?
They inflated the price? What the fuck?
Michael Raymond with a $2 super chat. Cole may arrive. Prepare the reincarnation lake.
May arrive. Dude, the second he walks out of WWE, I expect him on AEW within minutes.
He may arrive. He will arrive if he knows what's better for him.
Minutes.
Dan Hackett with a $9.99 super chat. I don't know if the Observer gives out a Promoter or Booker of the Year award, but if they do, it needs to go to Tony Khan. Almost, he's done with AEW, has been great.
You already got it.
Yeah, you got it last year, brother.
He already got that award.
From the Observer.
Yeah. The hell you been?
And people shit on the Observer for being very pro AEW. But I mean, were they wrong?
They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. A deal with a $10 super chat. A solid Dynamite show tonight. Nothing crazy or eventful other than Black's debut, which was done masterfully. Shows like these are fine, especially with All Out season coming up, plus Punk Bryan debuts. I agree. A deal. It was a setup show for next week's huge Pittsburgh week for AEW. The Dud with a $2 super chat. I expected Ruby Riott to show up tonight. No. Patience, man.
Everybody, poor Tony Khan, man. This guy has to find the right spots to debut all these super talents, man. I mean, that's a fantastic problem to have.
Yeah. Eddie Hazard with a $19.99 super chat. Thank you, Eddie. Today I turned 35. Celebrated with Dynamite. I share a birthday with Dean Malenko, Frankie Kazarian, and Pac. Can I get a birthday shout out from the tribal chief of the IWC? I'm straight edge, so the next round of Liquid Death is on me. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate you, brother. Everybody in the chat right now, we got, let's see, how many people are still in the venue, man? 1,900 people in the venue. Everybody give me some birthday cake emojis for Eddie Hazard as he turns 35 today, man. Shout out to Eddie. Thank you, brother. Jacob Donnelly with a $10 super chat. This is what happens when you keep a man locked in a broom closet for so long. Malakai Black has been unleashed. You know it, man. No longer is he talking to himself in the broom closet of fucking WWE Thunderdome. No more is he sniffing ammonia and playing with Lysol. He is now in a ring, becoming a main event guy like we knew he should have been. The Dud with a $2 super chat. I still think Punk shows up at All Out first. No. United Center, bro. United.
He has to be at the United Center on the 20. You guys just.
I mean, he has to be there. Jesse's going. I mean, for Christ's sakes, if he doesn't show up, I gotta fucking hear it. Punk didn't show up.
We will burn that fucking place to the ground, dude. You do not want to know. On the west side of Chicago, too. Anybody from Chicago knows what I mean when I'm saying this is on the west side of Chicago, bro. Punk better show up. That is not a good neighborhood to be fucking around in.
A deal with a $5 super chat. Miro and Malakai look like stars tonight, and Geeks Online complain about AEW being WWE light. LOL. Best these guys have ever looked in pro wrestling. I agree. A deal. The Dud with a $2 super chat. Hey, JD, they edited out Max Caster's rap on Dark. Yes, we talked about it in the very beginning of the show, Dud. Grayman Media with a $5 super chat. Hoovy looked faster than Jericho. Cody lost clean to Black. Elite looked dominant. Camille vs. Hirsch contrast. And Yinzer Queen returns home. 7 out of 10.
Yinzer Queen.
Who's the Yinzer Queen, bro? I don't know who that is.
No clue.
7 out of 10, I'd probably go 6 out of 10.
Yeah, it wasn't that great of a show, to be honest. But this is a not... Look, guys, this is what a not great show looks like from AEW.
Yeah. And a not great show is every week on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, God.
Caris Araya with a 5,500 in Chilean pesos.
That $3?
Maybe.
Okay.
Another Dynamite solid show that I can enjoy, not like the garbage that Raw is giving us. JD, your reviews are awesome like always. Keep up the good work. And also, Jesse, you are great with your comments, says Caris Araya.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Jordan 23 with a $4.99 super chat. Hey JD, big fan. I was actually on Spaces earlier. I had asked about Bray Wyatt's future if he comes to AEW. Just wanted to say, what up? Big things coming. Big things are coming for AEW. Big things are coming for Off the Script. Thank you for being here, Jordan. I appreciate your question earlier, brother. Gavin Deeth with a $5 Australia, mate. Super chat. I could see the debut of Cole costing Adam Page the title in a match against Kenny. That could be a good program for those two. I said this on Spaces, Gavin. I don't want Adam Page, if he does walk out and is able to show up at All Out, I don't want him at All Out because Punk and everything surrounding Punk is going to be the talk of the town that weekend. I think everybody knows it. Brian then for New York. You know, if you got Cole and you're bringing him in, save him for Full Gear, man. You don't need to debut everybody at the same time. Not everybody's going to get on television. Raging Girl Gamer with a $50 super chat. Get this, Jesse. Look at this comment. WWE is greater than AEW.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. From a raging alcoholic.
No, it's not. She drinks fucking PBR, man.
I don't know what type of job East is doing behind the bar, man. I swear to God. With these comments, man, this needs to be flagged. Seriously.
Yeah. It's terrible.
That's a terrible look for the venue, man. I can't have that. I'm going to have no business in here. King Mo with a $4.99 super chat. I received my t-shirt. Thank God. Thank you, bro. Good looking out. It's always cool to hear Jesse's take on these shows. AEW keeps getting better and better. 2 thumbs up. Thank you, King Mo. Jedi Joker 93 with a $5 super chat. What up, JD and Jesse? This is a big if, but if Cole is going to AEW, who is his first feud? Yes, my birthday is tomorrow. I'll have a peanut butter whiskey. You know, Jedi, I love your question, bro. Thank you for $5. Happy birthday tomorrow. And everybody give Jedi Joker some birthday cakes in the chat. I honestly think it's way too early to be talking about Adam Cole's feud, guys. He's still in WWE, and he's got a match against Kyle O'Reilly coming out of TakeOver. So, even if he does go to AEW, he's not debuting until at least the holiday season. I mean, you could put that man in there against a fucking mannequin, and it'd be a 5-star match. I mean, I don't give a shit who he feuds with. I just want to see him wrestle.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And not get buried by a fucking old man and a fucking fat slob with a red face. Seriously. Indigo with a $10 super chat. Hey, JD and Jesse, much respect. I had a bad day. Had to quit my job today. Terrible managers. Loved the extra earlier. Homecoming was a decent show. Happy, Ruby, Soho, and Black are all elite. Another awesome stream. Thank you, Indigo. I'm sorry about that, bro. Sorry about that, man. But if the job is no good for you, I'm glad you stuck up for yourself, bro. Can't be working for shitty people. Frank San with a Canadian $10 super chat. TK is a weak motherfucker for what he did to Caster. It's being called a heel. Stop giving into these SJWs. They ruin everything. Also, thank you, Jesse, for fixing your blinds. They're usually uneven anytime I watch.
Go take something for that fucking OCD, man.
Oh, man. Gotta love the super chats, man. Yeah, Jesse, your blinds are uneven, bro. What's your problem?
Fucking OCD.
Black Monger with a $10 super chat. People are only getting more soft and weak. And it's getting me offended how weak they are. Yet these are the same people that ignore everything else that is inappropriate, but that's favoritism for you. I don't know, man. I guess mentioning Simone Biles was a soft spot for these people. Raging Girl Gamer with a $4.99 super chat. Max Caster's comments wasn't that serious. People listen to this crap-ass rap music talking about all this negativity. People do this for clout. Absolutely, Rage. They don't know what the fuck is right and wrong. They only follow the lemmings on social media. I have no problem with his comments whatsoever. It's not like Sammy Guevara and what he said about Sasha Banks. It's not like that.
No, it was not insulting. It was not demeaning.
No.
The only one that was insulted and demeaned was fucking Julia Hart.
Yeah. And she probably, like Jesse said, I'm sure Max Caster went and like, listen, now can I say this out there? She's whatever.
Yeah. I mean, just again. I mean, again, do we think that Caster went out there and said what he said about Renee and didn't clear with Moxley first?
Of course.
He'd be fucking fired, dude.
Frank San with a $5 Canadian. Side note, JD, when you have haters, you know you're doing something right. I run successfully some businesses and deal with the same thing. Keep being you. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate you, bro. The haters can speak into the void, man. They're not stopping me from growing and making money, man. This was the best month in 6-7 years I've been doing this. Come on. Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. Can't wait to see Ruby Soho in AEW. You and me both, brother. Raging Girl Gamer with the $4.99 super chats. People picking up WWE scraps. They never were scraps. They weren't used correctly. These guys have talent. It's so much talent WWE has, and they don't use it. Yeah.
Wait, now I'm confused.
Apparently she got sober.
Yeah, I mean, does she believe the opposite of that? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Now apparently she sobered up. I heard Issa gave her some water, which we don't really serve in the venue because I mean, who fucking orders water? I mean, go get water somewhere else. But apparently she sobered up, which is good. Black Manga with a $10 super chat. Adam Cole better not be a fool and re-sign with WWE. AEW is meant for a guy like him. He could be instantly the future face of AEW in wrestling. I hope Nakamura and Finn Balor leave WWE too. Yes, Nakamura is a WWE lifer for the rest of his career. If Finn Balor does leave, he's going back to Japan.
Yeah.
That's where I see him going. Kratos.
I'm sorry, Michael P. asked if couldn't Coach technically show up the day after SummerSlam if his contract is already up? Yes. Adam Cole signed a very short-term deal, like a 1 month deal.
Without a non-compete.
With no non-compete clause. So he can go wherever he wants to go.
But it wouldn't be a good decision because you got so much happening in this month. Cole deserves the spotlight to himself.
Yep.
Kratos with a $5 super chat. Pussy Monster by Lil Wayne is far worse than Max Caster's rap. It got taken off all future copies of Decarter 3. Fans are just way too sensitive now.
I think it's much worse than that, though. I mean, we're thinking too deep.
I wonder
NWA made a song called "Fuck the Police."
Does somebody want to tell me what Lil Wayne is singing in Pussy Monster? Do I want to know?
He's probably singing about. I mean,
I guess we could use our imaginations there.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, there's always been much worse. I'm not even gonna get into Eminem lyrics, dude. Eminem did a few lines about the Columbine shooting.
I mean, that's as sensitive as anything.
What the fuck, dude? He did a lot about the fucking Ariana Grande explosion and the Boston Marathon bombing. Nothing.
Bobby Trizzle with a $1.99 super chat leaves a thumbs up super sticker. Thank you, Bobby. Ray G with 1,000 in Japanese yen. JD and Jesse, love you both from Japan. Today's Dynamite, I was surprised how much Lee Johnson competed. He is Jesse's favorite wrestler. Jesse, how do you rank him now? Shout out to Ray G from Japan, man. We got fans all over the place.
That's fucking great, man. To be honest, I don't think this match with Miro tonight did Lee any favors as far as like moving him up. I mean, it was pretty much a squash. I mean, he didn't get too much of his shit in, so I mean, I don't think it did too much. I mean, he made Miro look good, which was his job for the night. But that's the job for enhancement talent. You know, he didn't really get to show anything to show us, you know, big shotty. You know, so We'll see where they go from here, though.
TV Acme with a $5 super chat. Theory: Wardlow wins the match that makes Jericho offer to put his career on the line for the chance to wrestle MJF. MJF is going to retire Jericho. Hey, listen, I mean, that's a nice little swerve there, bro. I don't think Jericho's ready to retire, though.
No, neither.
Javon the Legend with a $5 super chat. If Page cannot be in the main event, have him be wildcard entry instead of new wrestler and win back title shot. Blow the roof off the place. How sweet. It's actually not a bad idea, Jesse. What do you think about that one? But there is no battle royal, I believe. I think it's the ladies this time around.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. That spot is designed for someone to pop up out of nowhere and get thrust into the top. Hangman's already up there.
Yeah.
You know, that's like putting the Money in the Bank briefcase on Brock Lesnar.
Mr. TKO with a $5 super chat. Malachi said, "You're done when I say you're done with that post-match attack. I love AEW NOTS. Love you, JD and Jesse. Keep up the great work." Thank you, Mr. TKO. Yes, we're getting another rematch. No question.
Oh, yeah.
We got a $4.99 super chat from Bill Goldberg.
Nice.
So this is where everyone went. Ran out of guys to bury on Monday Night Raw, and Hunter won't let me on NXT. Anyway, who's next? TK is hiring, right?
Goldberg and Brock. And another Brock going to AEW rumor today.
Yeah, it's not happening. Can you imagine Bill Goldberg ending up in AEW?
I quit watching, man.
Me too.
I quit watching.
King Mo with a $1.99 super chat. JD, you're having too much fun with the Android joke. Always, King Mo, always. Dwayne Cruz with a $4.99 super chat. Charlotte is definitely considering AEW when her contract is up. Wouldn't mind Flair versus Tessa in AEW versus WWE. Tessa probably knows if that happens in WWE, she's getting buried. At least in AEW, it'd be neutral ground. I don't know where Tessa's going, man.
I don't want to see Tessa Blanchard again.
DV Acme with a $5 super chat. Loved Uno and Grayson holding back Paige. It felt very genuine. Or felt holding Dark Order back, I'm sorry, against Paige. Felt very genuine. Sometimes you gotta let a friend crash on his own for him to get his shit together. That's exactly what they're doing, brother. Or maybe, like Jesse said, maybe they're turning heel.
That'd be interesting.
Francis Loop with a $5 super chat. Hey guys, on the Max Caster incident, it was on Dark, but it was in front of a live audience. Yes, we know, Francis.
Yes, we know. It's the fucking point of that.
We are not angry at Max Caster. We do not really agree with him getting punished. He didn't do anything wrong. Tony Khan needs to be on top of things a little bit better, but that's about it. It's a heel being a heel, man.
At least, look, to our knowledge, he wasn't punished.
No.
At least to our knowledge, but if Khan now feels he has to go through and do all of the editing for all of the Dark segments, fine. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, as long as the talent still has their creative freedom, that's all I really care about.
Nate with a $1.99 super chat. Moth vs. JD at All Out. All joking aside, good show. Thank you, Nate. Always, man. Raging Girl Guillermo with a $4.99 super chat. The Fly is a WWE fan. I love that Fly. WWE's always done things right. Now she's drunk again, man.
How does she get back? See, right? How does she? I don't understand.
Yeah. How many shots did she have between this super chat and the last?
Fucking Issa.
Now Issa's got that heavy pour, man. Next thing you know, I'm gonna have to get John Taffer in here.
Unbelievable.
I don't want Taffer to walk in. Shut it down. You know, can't have it. RB065 with a $2 super chat. JD versus the Moth and a lamp on a pole match at All Out. That Moth is not going to survive, bro. Cesar Tavera with a $2 super chat. $2 donation, bug spray on me. Thank you, Cesar. The RTG Noble with a $20 super chat. What's up, JD and Jesse? Who do you think my boy Malakai Black will be facing it All Out? Hope you guys have a great night. Keep up the hard work. Cody Rhodes. Noble. There's nobody else that makes sense. Francisco Coronado with $2 super chat. JD's going to have a streak versus the Flies like The Undertaker. I'm already 3-0, bro. The next one that wants to fucking interfere on me, dead. He'll be like carrying Cross in 3 weeks. Hooligan with a $5 super chat. The Fly was a secret spy drone from Connecticut. Maybe. I don't know what the fuck they want to spy on me for. Their show sucks. The Greatest Fan with a $5 UK super chat. The version of the clip posted on AEW's Twitter actually shows Cash unhook his skin instead of the freeze frame they showed on the show. Either way, it's fucking nasty, man. God, that shit's fucking nasty. Brian Betancourt, a 99-cent super chat. Bro, put it in Easton's tip jar, bro. I don't need it. Coil Phoenix with a $10 super chat. Hey, JD, I had an interesting idea. Why not bring in all 3 Wyatt family members like you said, but you have Brody's son, a.k.a. -1, lead them out to the ring to solidify them as the true Dark Order? I like it.
He's a kid, though, man.
I like it. He's -1, though, man.
He's -1. I like that they keep most of his segments relegated to like dark and everything else. I mean, don't necessarily put him in the middle of like storyline canon and stuff like that just yet.
Either way, I think he's going to be, part of it with Brody and, -1 being his son and all that. Almost handing over the keys to the kingdom per se, maybe.
That's true. That he's got a future in this damn company, for tell you that much though.
Yeah, yep. Yes, he does. Erasure with a 9. With a Canadian 5. I'm sorry, Erasure with a $5 super chat. The Flair legacy technically isn't WWE grown, even though Charlotte herself is. So Vince may very well consider her expendable soon. Bro, everybody's expendable except for the Anoa'i family.
Everybody.
Hooligrim with a $5 super chat. Reese in the chat says Black's theme is Ogun Truce by the band Amyrna. I never heard of him, but whatever it was, it sounded very fitting. I'm sure Black had a hand in choosing what he wanted to, which he knows himself better than anybody. Void the Destroyer with a $1.99 super chat. Tommy said the Black Mass is now called the Sin Eater. There you go. I was correct.
There you go.
Zach JD, $4.99 super chat. You want to see MJF get some volcanic heat? Let's have him come out to Cult of Personality in Chicago. Zach, this was mentioned last week, and no.
Not funny.
Not funny at all. I think legit MJF would have his fucking eyes gouged out of his head and beaten live on television. If that was the case.
Everybody's trying to leave the United Center in one piece that night, guys. Come on.
Oh, man. Jerry Ramirez with a $9.99 super chat. The best fucking duo in the IWC. I've been watching your videos for at least 2 years, and it just gets better and better every week. Good shit, brother. Keep up the fire content. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate you, man. And there's more to come, brother. Saints 2025 with a $4.99 super chat. Do you all think Malakai Black will be AEW or TNT champ first? Or do you think it would be a good decision to have Black be the first to beat Miro? I don't know, man. I'm in no rush to get any championships on these guys.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be the TNT title first because there is a hierarchy in the AEW title rankings. And it's Paige next and then MJF. And the AEW championship reigns, they don't last a week or two. They last months.
A while.
Yeah.
There is a lot of new main event talent coming in. There's only one world title. We're going to have to be patient. Our favorite wrestler is not going to be thrusted to the top. We have to be patient, guys.
And with the prestige of the AEW championship only being in a select few hands, that makes the value of the TNT title even greater. So look at that as a legit major championship. Don't be fooled by WWE's take on championships. None of them mean anything. John Ver, 98 with a $2 super chat. How does Triple H feel about his children going to AEW? I'm sure he complains about it to Stephanie every night they're laying in bed.
No, I bet ultimately, I bet he is happy for them to, at the very least, get to do what they want to do and be who they want to be. Of course, he would rather have them, in the company. He would rather have them on the main roster booked correctly. And since he can't keep them in NXT, I bet he's happy that they're being used correctly somewhere at least.
And he knows he's being punished. Even though he can bullshit us all we want, we know he's being punished.
He knows.
Ernie Vasquez with a $1.99 super chat. Ready for some deep dish pizza and craft beer in Chi-Town. You know it, brother. Not deep dish pizza for me. Just give me the craft beer.
Don't start with me now.
Metalhead for Life with a $4.99 super chat. Keep it up, he says. Thank you, brother. Daniel Rodriguez, $4.99. Jesse, thoughts on the Bulls' free agency spending? If you follow basketball, do you think they will make the playoffs?
No. Nobody's winning anything but the fucking Lakers, dude. Nobody. They made another fucking super team. They're gonna go undefeated.
Who they got now? They got Carmelo Anthony? They got Carmelo Anthony?
They picked up Carmelo. They picked up Russell Westbrook. You know, they got fucking... You know, they get Dwight Howard back and fucking Unibrow and then, of course, LeBron. They just made a fucking mega team, dude.
There you go. They got to make things exciting. It's like the fucking Dodgers, man. These LA teams, where are they getting this money from?
Yeah. Dude, in the NBA, they have salary caps, but, I mean, talent are just taking less money to win championships. That's all you got to do.
You know who else has a salary cap? WWE.
Oh, God, dude.
Supposedly.
Apparently.
Derek Fleming Jr. with a $1.99 super chat. Who do you guys have Ruby's first feud be against?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Just get her in the ring.
Let's get her in the mix. Let's get her in the mix. She's not a, okay, she's here. We got to put her against somebody awesome. You can start her on dark for all I care and just build her up to where she needs to be.
Hula Grim with a $5 super chat. If this CM Punk thing were to end up being a troll, that would be the true summer scam. Love my new shirt. I already flagged Ridge. Yeah, Hula Grim, I think we're pretty much set on Punk coming up. I think they know better. They're not going to do anything to jeopardize that at all. 2 weeks. Punk is back. Hollywood Guy with a $5 super chat. Since AEW signed Ruby and will sign Cole, not yet. He's still technically with WWE. Is that all the signings for AEW, or is there one more that you want to see signed? Bray Wyatt.
Plenty that I want to see it. Wyatt, yeah. That's plenty that I want to see.
I'm on Team Tessa. Jesse's not. I don't know.
I'm not big on Tessa. I'm not big on Tessa being as... I don't think she's going to be as successful as Tony would want her to be right now. Why? Because I don't think she took the right steps in making this whole situation right. I think she just laid low and waited for it to go away rather than coming out and just fucking apologizing and moving on. That's it.
We got a $9.99 super chat from Ara ×2. I just joined so I can donate. Donating more money because you didn't read the other donation. I don't know what other donation you're talking about, Ara. I read them in order. But thank you for the $9.99 ×2. I was going to get to it eventually. Now you know for next time. Glad to have you. Hope you enjoyed the show. Go grab a beverage at the bar. East is serving. Last call. And make sure you flush the toilet when you're in the bathroom, please.
Oh,
the bathroom is always spotless. Don't make it like Jesse. Every time I walk in there, I gotta fucking wear a gas mask.
It's a fucking bathroom.
Anthony Lucero with a $10 super chat. JD, I'll be on 64, or I'll be 64 on Sunday. Just wanted to say AEW and you guys have brought my love back for pro wrestling. Oh yeah, brother. Anthony, 64 years old, brother. Holy shit.
We got the 59 plus demo?
We got the 50 plus demo.
Oh man, look at that.
Oh man. Thank you, Anthony. Happy early birthday, brother. I'm sure I'll see you on the streams before Sunday. Justin Strippin with a $9.99 super chat. If Adam Cole goes to AEW, I would not be surprised if he feuded with Omega because of their history with the Bullet Club. Omega and the Bucks kick Cole out of the Bullet Club, and Cole finally gets revenge. I could see it.
Cole going to AEW literally writes it fucking self.
Yeah.
You don't have to come up with it. I mean,
and he knows that. And Jesse, he gets to travel with DMD.
Travel with his fucking fiance. Be with his best fucking friends, with the fucking promoter of the year, get booked correctly. Yeah, signing with WWE does not appear to be an option for Adam Cole right now.
No. Unless they blow away him with a $1 million plus contract, which they're not giving out nowadays.
I don't think that really matters, man.
No.
The guy's not poor. I mean, if the guy was broke and trying to make money, yeah, he can lure him in with a bunch of money, but Adam Cole is very well off from what my understanding is, and Tony Khan's going to make sure he stays that way, so why stay in?
The guy with the animals with a $5 super chat. Do you think Cole has up, down, down in mind while making his decision? I watch daily and he's a big part of the channel. They do book better than WWE. I don't know, Jesse. Is up, down, down going to be a deciding factor for Adam Cole?
Fuck no. He was just on there too, not the other day. But fuck no.
I mean, isn't Tyler Breeze still on there?
That I don't know. I don't watch Up, Down, Down, but I did see a thumbnail across my YouTube feed where I saw Adam Cole in the thumbnail for Up, Down, Down.
Yeah. I know he loves that show and that channel dearly or whatever they do there, but I don't think that's going to hinder his decision to stay with the company.
They play video games, dude, and guess what? Spoiler alert, there's a lot of video game fanatics over in AEW.
Yeah, and there's other places to do that too with them. He'll have more free reign to play with them in AEW.
Yeah, these guys need to hurry up and get over and get signed so they can make it onto the new AEW game too.
Yeah. Horatio with a $2 Canadian. Don't think Cole's contract fucked up was an accident. Oh, I do.
Oh, it was.
They got a bunch of idiots working there like Canyon Seamen.
Yeah.
Who fucked it up. Brian Betancourt with a $4.99 super chat. JD and Jesse, thoughts on NXT TakeOver card and thoughts on Walter vs. Dragunov 2. Also, my OTS Elite shirt got shipped. Happy to hear that, Brian. I'm excited for Walter Dragunov. I do think it's a title change, and Dragunov's going to win the title. I think Walter's going to go to NXT on Tuesdays rather, and beat Joe for the title. That's my vision for that. And the TakeOver card sounds great. Looks great. I just wish it wasn't in the CWC.
I thought Walter didn't want to live in the States.
I don't know. Maybe something's changed. I don't know. I mean, Imperium is here. How are you operating Imperium when he's over there?
What they're doing, because he's not on TV.
I think he loses the title. I don't know. The greatest fan 18 with a $2 European super chat. Who can stop the path of rage? Nobody. Especially when she's drunk.
Oh, God.
Sean Watkins with a $4.99 super chat. Mr. No Days Off, OTS for life. Keep grinding, bro. Always, man. Always. And Raging Girl Gamer with a $4.99 super chat. The music in the venue needs to change. Also, it's too cold in here. Listen. It's the summertime, man.
Yeah, and it's raining outside. Why is it always raining outside?
Because I call for it to rain, man. I manipulate weather.
Unbelievable.
Don't worry, Rage. The music is not going to change to your liking. God forbid we have what you want playing in the venue. There'd be nobody in here. LJBK827 with a $5 super chat says nothing. Thank you, LJ. Make sure to tip the bartenders, man. They've been serving drinks all night. Guys, we are about done, man. We got to get out of here. I got to prep myself for tomorrow, and Jesse needs to go play Call of Duty Mobile.
Yes, man. The new update is fucking great.
Any parting words before we get the hell out of here? What do you got to say to the fine people before we get the hell out of here?
Not much, man. If you guys are coming to Chicago the next couple of weeks or over in September, let me know. You know, maybe me and the wife, maybe we'll get to the United Center a little bit early and shake some hands and kiss some babies and all that good stuff. But let me know if you're going to be at Rampage or at All Out.
There you go. Aero with another $9.99 super chat. I stopped watching wrestling last June. The no fans made it too boring to watch. So I switched to soccer. I still kept up with a little bit, but not as much. Did I miss anything important? Aero. Just pay attention to AEW and just worry about Roman Reigns on television. That's all you need to worry about.
Yeah.
You miss nothing in WWE but Roman Reigns.
Soccer? Oh, what the fuck?
It's better than Raw.
This is true.
Guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for all the super chats, guys. Thank you for the love. We had 2,500 in the venue tonight. I appreciate you. 1,100 likes. Continue to hit those thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go check out today's extra. Go check out Monday Night Raw's post show and everything else that happened this past weekend. More to come. We got SmackDown Live on Friday. We got OTS on Saturday. Should be a great week still to come with content, guys. I appreciate you very, very much. But you guys know what time it is, man. I got my beverage. Jesse's got his. The windows are down in the Mustang. We are about to hit the highway. I need two things from you. Number one, I need those guitar emojis in the chat. And number two, when that guitar solo comes on, man, I want to hear that music on max. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another extra. I'll see you guys live Friday. And then Saturday back for episode 3. 87 of the podcast, man. I'll see you guys on Friday live for SmackDown. Talk to you later.